Welcome to the castle, everybody come inside, where each soul is important and stands with pride. No opinion's better than the next, we respect them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guiding light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea, warm and sweet with intention, got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Woo shall like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep it real and calm, delivering truth in each word. If rumors are stolen, I say okay, let's see. Then present all the facts so y'all can feel free. My members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resident's voice is heard loud and clear. We vibe together in harmony year after year. Our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle where everyone is welcome. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file. Spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, we'll shout like it's hot. I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You doubt my story, okay? I'll prove it real quick, dropping all the receipts, now the truth really sticks. I'm serving up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle we keep it real, no room for any doubt. For my members only, I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here, it's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes from my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, then you know what to do. Hit that join button fast and come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family you together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle where everyone is welcome.
Hey guys, hey, everybody. Welcome to the castle. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. Hey y'all, this is guys. Is it safe to come outside? Is it safe to come outside? That's what I want to know. Let me tell you, okay. I woke up this morning. I opened the castle doors. I looked to the left. I looked to the right. I said, oh no, not today. Not today. I'm not coming outside today. Okay. Listen, somebody down the street, across the way, you know, over the bridge, in the back alley down there, done got evicted. They done got evicted, child. Had to find a new home. And I'm looking like, oh, where did these people go? They're like roaches. I'm like, we can't get rid of them. Okay, girl, the block is hot, Kenyatta. It is. And I'm looking like, I ain't coming outside today. So I've just been in the castle paying attention. And I'm like, so if y'all don't know, when we woke up this morning, I started to come live to say, oh, Kenisha channel was gone. But I'm like, what is the point? Because it seemed like we're going to come live, tell you that it's gone. Then within 5 minutes, we're going to be telling you that it's back. So what's the point, right? But then my biggest concern was I don't like to put out false news. So I couldn't verify it. that his channel was in fact gone. So without my receipt, I can't come out here and say stuff that I can't verify. Okay, so that's why I didn't come live. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Because when I went looking for the channel, I can't find the channel. Then when I went back to like the links that I had, normally it would have said, do you know the account was terminated, guidelines, whatever, and it didn't. It just said the video was removed by the uploader. Then when I went to the link for the channel, it's just not coming up. It goes to the little animal, right? Like page no longer found. But I didn't get that concrete message that say, excuse me, the page was terminated. So I can't spread false news, so I didn't even touch the topic, okay? But hey, Morgan Banks, how you doing? Welcome to the castle. Everybody hanging out in the bushes tonight, besides the people in the chat. But hey, forgiving, hey, everybody. So yeah. So that's what happened. And by the time I realized the channel was gone, the channel was back up. So let me tell you what happened today. Y'all know I'm not going to share Kenisha's page publicly because that is promoting his channel, right? None of them. I'm not dealing with all that. But the point is I have to share it for my castle residents, right? So I dropped it on membership. I know deep in my heart that Kenisha is on membership. I know Joe well is Kenisha. The minute Kenisha flagged my channel, Joe Wells popped up in membership. I instantly knew Joe Wells was a troll, okay, a mole. So then he went live after that saying, yeah, he is in my membership, right? So I already knew when I dropped the link on the lowest tier for everybody to see it, he was going to get notified too, right? He had the balls and the audacity to actually come commenting in membership like, oh, I know that you didn't not trying to promote me or whatever, but that's still nice. I'm like, what? You knew it too? Yeah, I'm looking like, oh my gosh. So Kenisha was in membership commenting like a regular castle cousin. Okay. I'm like, oh my gosh. She said, Ellie, I didn't mean the laughing emojis. But yeah. And I know you know who you are was telling me that, hey, you might come up the next time I go live because you got some stuff to say. You could come up whenever, okay? Because I'm here, but I'm looking like, oh, it's so much happening, y'all. I couldn't write all this stuff down. So anyway, so that's it for Kenisha. Left, came back, whatever. I'm not going to promote the link. But anyway, right? So let me see what else happened. Then by the time I realized that his channel is gone, I instantly thought about going over there to Octavius to see was he on his tab saying that he did it or he had a verification that it was gone. It didn't. He just had a live schedule. Okay. Mm-hmm. He said that they stalking them. A real stalker is the one buying memberships. Thank you. Thank you for giving. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I like you because you pay attention. Okay. And I instantly saved it. So now I have the clip of you admitting that you're in my membership. I have the screenshot of you commenting in my membership. Who's really stalking who? Who's really stalking who? You literally pay me to watch me in membership. And I'm the stalker? I don't think so. Okay. But thank you for giving. Thank you. Shout out to you for paying attention. So yeah, I do have my evidence with that now. So let me see what else. And I don't want to get too far ahead of y'all. So let me see what y'all saying. Because the Kenisha was active in the castle today. Hey Cam 10, how you doing? Did I miss anything? You want to be a cousin so bad? I'm just making sure. Hey Ellie, I don't think I spoke, but I just don't want to get too far ahead of y'all. Okay? And hey MGO. Hey everybody. All right, so let me see what else I have for y'all. So, I know order of events. I like what happened after the Kenisha. So I know when Octavius went live, he was over there going off on Golden. Oh, we're the old lady gang, all of this stuff. I'm still gonna have the same energy I had last night. My energy last night was Octavius, I'm not beefing with you. I'm not doing all of that. What new tea am I going to drag you about that I didn't drag you about back in 2024? I ain't got time for it, okay? It is what it is. Oh, so let me say this before I move forward because I actually needed to address this first, okay? The narrative out here in the YouTube streets is I opened up the show for Golden to say how she feel. Then I allowed Octavius to come up on the panel, even though Golden said she didn't want him on the panel. And I allowed Octavius to bully, harass, and yell and scream at Golden. Now, we all know that Golden said no. He dropped down, right? We didn't let him up. About 20 minutes later, he came back up and he was backstage, okay? At that point, I said it again, like, do you want him up or whatever? I just threw it out there like, hey, he's backstage, right? Okay, since you're so persistent for us to hear what you got to say, go there and say, whatever, bring him up, right? That's what happened. Now, when I'm looking at the replay, I said, yeah, I should have dropped him down earlier, right? I'm not a rude person. So 1 minute I'm like, I'm trying to tell you how my mind was working on live. 1 minute I'm like, I don't want to kick this person off the panel because I hate when somebody do that to me. I'm just not a rude person. But damn, you up here yelling. So then I thought that if I hit the 30, I could try to like mediate the situation. I could get them to calm down. When the 30 going, I know I got a problem because Octavia's still yelling over the 30, and everybody know you got to respect the 30, right? So I'm looking like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I did see that there was a major delay on the replay where I could have dropped him down earlier than I did. And no, I wasn't sitting up there trying to deliberately let him attack Golden. Like, why would I allow a dude to be in the castle calling people bitches and hoes and all of this stuff? And we don't stand for that over here. That don't even make sense, okay? So my bad, I dropped the ball. Okay, I said yes because he was falsely accusing of defamation. Yeah, y'all don't even understand. I have the screenshot where when he couldn't come up on the panel, he started going off in the private chat. And y'all in the comments can't see it. Only us on the panel could see it, right? So then he just started going off saying, oh, you go let us sit up here on your platform, defaming my character, slandering my name, whatever, whatever. And I'm looking like, when did Golden call him the P word? I did not hear it. Even on the replay, I'm still trying to hear it. Everybody sitting up there saying, like, I didn't hear Golden call him that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't hear that. Hold on. I did not hear her call him out of his name. But long story short, I ain't got time to beef with that dude. Okay, it is what it is. Hold on. Excuse me. Let me see. Hey, that's you.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah. You
Cause
could finish talk. Yeah,
I'm
I
in.
was like, say what?
No, I say I'm happy you came up here because I'm gonna need you to tell me once I go. A couple blocks over there with
Yeah,
Red Eye. I
yeah.
missed. I was driving, and I couldn't pay attention, but I was listening. So I will talk about that when we get to it. So let me see. So am I doing good so far? I covered Kenesha channel, Kenesha membership. Who I was just talking about when you came up here. Um, Octavius. When I said I don't have no problem. I'm not gonna say I don't have a problem. Like I've been saying, guys, listen. I'm trying not to be an error hoarder. Okay, if you know what that is, that's who I am, an error hoarder. Every time somebody do something, I like, oh, they did this, and I hold on to it. I hold on to stuff forever. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not trying to be that way. So you feel me? What I'm saying, Copper? Like, yeah. Every time you think about the casting, I think that my channel could have been gone. Of course, you leave a bad taste in my mouth. But overall, I'm not chasing you over the internet. I'm not going to get up every day arguing with you. What is so hard in that to understand?
I don't know. These people, they make everything bigger than what it is.
Just like today when I went over there to audio was live, right? I went over there the other day. He threw me a wrench, so I'm his mod. Octavius is on the panel. I'm not a rude person. And this is after we went through all of this stuff this morning. You think I'm the type to come in that chat like, yeah, bitch, I finally catch you in the chat and just started stuff. Like, I don't roll like that. I went in that chat and I said, hello, everyone. Please hit that like button. I'm classy. I ain't finna chase you all over YouTube arguing with you. For what? You know? That's when you say somebody's obsessive. I'm chasing you all the way to another sector arguing with you. I'm not doing that, honey. Wrong person. You said, so that's what we are with that. And y'all, if you are up in here and you did not hit the like button, please hit the like button for us. Let me see what Golden said. You said, I said no, and I didn't want him to come up because my purpose for being on your panel was to explain all of what happened and the events that led up to my frustration with. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I, in my mind, was thinking like, well, if he's here, and I mean, I've seen Octavius calm where he could have a civil conversation. So I'm just assuming that he know we're in the castle. We don't do that over here. He's gonna at least come up and talk like a civil human being. I didn't expect all the hollering and screaming. And y'all know my nerves, guys. If you are new, if you are new, let me go ahead and tell you, honey. Let me tell you first, okay? When my panel get chaotic and any kind of chaos start going on, I don't function well in chaos. So number one, I'm looking like, what the hell going on? I'm about to hit the M button and get the hell up out of here. Okay. I'm just being honest. I'd rather to log off and go back to peace than have to deal with chaos on the internet on a live stream. That's it. But you said I couldn't believe when he started flipping out. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. So let's see. So enough for Octavius. Then I know he left there, and then by then Rose Lady was live, and I got the same thing like I got for her last night. Like, just stop, because every time you go live, you keep slandering my name, and you can't prove this stuff that you're saying. But I want Sheena. What I want you to pay attention is notice that I don't talk about your children. I don't talk about your parents. I don't talk about your upbringing. I don't talk about what happened with, not no allegedly, what you said you did with a minor as a kid. I don't talk about none of that stuff. I might just be petty and talk about how you coming for me, but you got tooken in your title, or how you coming for me, but you got what was the other word? Solid Sunny is the worstest interview. Worstest? That's not even a word. So I nitpicking stuff like that. But as far as me posting up your picture, I've never done that. I might be the only person you ever battle with that I've never put up your children. I've never put up you. I've never put up an animal with you next to it. I've never done any of that stuff to you. But you hate me, right? You hate me? Make that make sense. Everybody else do the most craziest thing. They even go live and they got Shenna on their thumbnail, all of this stuff, talking about you. Talking about you sound like a slave, all of this stuff. Yeah, that same dude that you're sitting with now did all of that to you. I didn't do that to you though.
You
I
also never
haven't.
you also never threatened to strike her channel. So I thought that was crazy. She even said that today.
Yeah. She been threatening me ever since she clicked up with him. That's all she been threatening. Oh, say my name. I'ma strike you. She think that she this bad bitch all of a sudden.
Wow. That's crazy.
But you know what happened to everybody that act like they're a bad bitch? They always get a dose of humble pie. So when you get that slice of humble pie, I hope you eat it. Look at Sunbow. Look at her. And I'm just using her as an example. I'm not attacking her, okay? Look at Sunbum as an example. 1 minute you're on here, I'm the GOAT. Oh, I'm even doing better than the interviewer. Oh, look at my numbers. Y'all are peasants, all of this stuff. And look at her now when she go live, just as humble. You realize you're not that girl. Because if you was that girl, them people would have found you. Okay? Them people, I'm just keeping it real. If Tasha can lose her channel and Tasha can make a new channel tomorrow, Cardi B, any one of them, their people gonna find them. Okay? You didn't have real support. That's why the people can't find you. Hey PBs, how you doing? So let me see what else. So shout out to the person that sent me the receipt today, because the other day I told y'all that allegedly Sunbum said that she was on the phone when Kenesha was doing stuff with his wife, SCX with his wife. Such an intimate moment, but Sunbum somehow was on the phone listening to them. So I just said allegedly because I
Ew.
couldn't prove it. Yes, I said allegedly because I couldn't prove it, but I got sent the receipt today, and now I know why I couldn't. I didn't know about it because it happened on Beagle, and I don't have Beagle.
So she just sat there and listened to the. Ew, what the fuck? Oh, that's crazy,
Girl,
bro.
she said it. Like, bitch, shut up when you talking about me. Don't forget, you was on the phone the other night doing something with your wife while I was there listening. I'm like, oh hell no. Oh hell no.
Yeah, she don't love herself at all. That's too crazy. You know,
Ah, couldn't be
that's
me.
too crazy.
Couldn't be me.
That's too
What the hell I'm
crazy.
supposed to do while you doing all of this? Just sit there and listen and then do what? Hell no, you got me messed up.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
That's not the first time she said it. So I was sitting up there, I'm like, why I never heard this clip or what they're talking about? But I got the clip today. Duh, it's from Beagle. No wonder I didn't know about it. But so what else?
Mm,
So God Body, let me see. I know when Kenesha went live on the new channel, whatever. Sunbum went live. It's just been live after live after live today. That's why we all over the place. But I did catch a key part in that live that he did when he said, God Body be out here acting like he don't talk, and God Body, I'm just doing my commentary. I ain't got no smoke with you, okay? But Kenesha said God Body be out here acting like he don't really like Sunbum for real, for real. But when he be talking to Warlord, he be asking how Sunbum is doing. Mm-hmm. I
mm,
don't know.
yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's what they said about God Body. So fast forward to God Body. I wanted to see did he say anything or whatever, but before I even get there, I went on the helps tab. You know, I'm doing my normal stroll, just being nosy. She had done tagged God Body and was like, "Oh, thank you for clearing that up, all of this stuff." So right before I came live, I went over there to God Body's channel, and the last live stream he did, when I wrote it down, it was like 4 hours ago, maybe 5 hours ago now, right? He did a live, and right at the beginning of the live, he said something about basically whatever narrative is out here that he have pictures of the health. He don't have picture of the help. So I'm looking like, wait a minute, you the one was just in the castle when they was fighting, talking about you got picture and oh she was playing with her stuff and remember all that? Hershey kisses, all of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Now I'm thinking, I think I know what happened because her and the other one not dealing. She might have went back and said, you know what, friend, I'm sorry. Let's try to fix your friendship. So then she could talk him into coming out here to make a public apology. I might be wrong, but why did Godbody just pop up out of nowhere, apologize and say you don't have a picture?
Can I tell you my little belief about what's going on? I think Mimi is pregnant. I swear, I think she's pregnant. Do you remember when he exposed at first that she had to go to the hospital? She didn't know. He was like, "Oh, you cheated on me because you say you broke up with him with him in August or something like that." He was added up the timeline, and she said it was a possibility that she could be pregnant, right, at that time by somebody else. But then when I was listening to them off and on, like, and he made a thing about the hospital, her going to the hospital, and she was saying, "Oh, one time she was on the live, she like, yeah, I got my energy back. I feel better now." Like, it was just so much. I think she's pregnant. I swear to God, I do. I think she's pregnant.
Well, I don't know.
Yep, I
No,
think
I
she
can't.
did.
Well, she never denied being in the hospital, but remember all of that about the hospital? She never denied being in there. She was just
Mm-hmm.
upset that it made it to YouTube that she was there.
Yeah, because she right about that. She don't owe you her paperwork. What the hell? You crazy. That would have been online next if she sent that to him.
AKP. Oh, I don't know. Child, listen. I don't know. I'm just telling you what God body said. God body said he don't have no picture, and we need to stop that narrative. Okay. Hey, I'm here. Wait, what you say? When you have half a body, you only understand half the stuff.
But
Oh, damn. But let me see what else I have. But hey, how you doing, hon? Oh, okay. So what else I need to be telling them? I'm trying to see what all I have. Oh, so you know when Octavius was live today, he was sitting up there. I don't even know how we went back in time and we're back at Marcus and Kiki and who started Street Sector and um he went back playing that video. Remember that the first interview from Marcus? That was like December 23rd. It was December 23rd, 23 or something like that. I don't know. But I know it was December, like right before Christmas, 2023. I don't
hmm
even know how we got back down that road and who started what and he know that none of us was here, all of that. And I'm looking like I don't know how many
what?
times I gotta say. I don't know how many times I gotta say that yes, there was not a street sector where nobody was giving reaction, but we was on Marcus channel before all of that. We was on Marcus channel from 2022.
Right.
You know, so he said he don't care who want to come out here acting like they're historians, OGs, or not verbatim, something like that. Yeah, so I'm looking like we was over there with Marcus from 2022, and then when he said something that I don't agree with, because he said something about a lot of us like didn't have no shine, which he probably wasn't talking about me until we became Sonny's mod or something like that. So then I started looking like, wait a minute now. Wait, you got your timeline all mixed up. When Sunny,
hmm
when I went in Sunny chat and Sunny made me a mod on the first day she went live, she didn't just throw me a wrench because she knew me. She threw me a wrench off the strength that she knew I was Marcus mod. So I think he got everything mixed up. So when he's saying something like, "Oh, we was it her chat and then before we fell out, whatever," no, before they even went to St. Croix in February of 2024, we was Marcus mod. When the whole time they're in St. Croix, we was mod.
hmm
Sunday wasn't going live then.
First
Then
of all,
after St. Croix, go ahead.
I was about to say the street sector popped off anyway before Sunny, technically, because it started with Monique and then the other girl Yana coming out and Josiah. Those are like the main things that made street sector start off how it was. Yana, Monique, and Josiah.
Yeah, you said Monique and Monique was 1 year around. Wait, you said Monique was around 1 year before Yana came out. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm checking out my head. I'm like, wait a minute now. No, before they went to St. Croix, and I could actually get the day that I became Marcus Mod. I will have to do a little digging. But I know it's something I could show to prove that. But it's not that serious. It's a freaking wrench for crying out loud. Okay. But no, the point I was excuse me, the point I was trying to make, right? We were mods for Marcus before they went to St. Croix. When she started, give me a second.
Hey y'all, how y'all feel about all these liars in the street sector? Because the lies is getting crazy every day. People adding their own delusions into what's really happening. Yes, I mean, I was thinking Lewis too. Lewis and Lottie.
My bad.
Hmm.
Oh, hey, Charmaine. But yeah, you said Louis was before her too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lewis, Monquel, all of them.
Yeah, I think Octavius is missing all of that because when he did the I don't know, but I know Monquel and Marcus' interview was right close to each other. But the point I was trying to make is Sonny wasn't even around. I'm talking about I was Marcus mod, I was Monquel mod at the time. Right
Hmm.
when he did his interview and started his channel, I was his mod. All of
Hmm.
that, you know. hmm Hold on, hold on, y'all. Somebody backstage. Let me get this real quick. I need to get my allergies together.
Hey, girl, you got to get it together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on mute for a second. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Golden.
Hey,
Somebody,
Copper.
somebody said I'm another Golden today.
Somebody said what?
That I'm another Golden.
Yes,
you say
Whatever
golden.
that
That,
means.
that's copper.
you say you didn't know I was Monquel's mod? Yeah, I was everybody mod. I see him damn near everybody. Okay. Monquel got a whole video cussing me out. Me and him was fighting and he thought about a wrench, all kind of mess.
He
But
called the police on himself and everything.
yeah, I'm talking about before that though. He was just spazzing out on everybody. I'm talking about that's back when me, Queen Spirit, Ebony, all of us was Monquel mod. That was all before the interview with Marcus.
My Quill had a lot of mods. I think even D Dirty was his mod too. Roxanne. I mean, it just went down the list. Queen Spirit and Miss Brown, they were really supportive of. I remember they were really supportive of my Quill.
I tried to help Michael too, and he ended up going with that crazy lady. And I told him, you don't need to go live with no lady to get you in no trucking program. You can do that right where you from in Atlanta. I know plenty of driving schools. They'll pay for your schooling and they hook you up. You can live out the truck. 'Cause that was the plan. But he got caught up with that crazy lady.
Honey,
And
that
we
crazy lady, she wanted him to be the caregiver. If you recall, she was uh, going into surgery for a nose job. She was about
Hmm.
to use that homeless dude to
Yep.
be her slave.
Hmm.
hmm yeah, I think they just don't want me to get attacked. That's what it is. When you're a content creator and somebody give you a wrench, most of the time it's just because they don't want you to be attacked in their chat. So they know you drop down, everybody go crazy, you know? But what I was gonna say. I'm gonna go on mute for a second. But yeah, we do have a lot to talk about, okay? Because we're gonna have to talk about I'm gonna need them to fill me in what happened over there with Red Eye, because I was in the bushes, but I don't know how it started. And I couldn't drop down because I was driving. So I was like, damn. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess when we y'all can tell them. Y'all wanna tell them now?
Well,
Well,
Golden could start because I wasn't there in the beginning. I only went because I saw her name in her and your name in the title.
right, that's what caught me. But I'm going to start reporting that too. Um, I just went over there and I wasn't going to say anything because I really, but I noticed there was that young lady in his chat and he was just going on and lying. And, I want to say something while I'm here and then I'll let Copper talk. Um, people, and especially, and I hate to say this from my own personal experiences with being with different types of people and being in diverse communities. Lived in Black areas. I've lived in diverse areas. I've lived in white areas predominantly. And my experiences that sadly with Black people is that you can't have normal conversations. And I'm telling people this too, like for those who want their children to be in another type of environment, you cannot have them around. It's sad, but you cannot have them in lower, financially lower level communities and types of people. Because if you're trying to do great things for your children, it could be the littlest thing, and somebody would think that, oh, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she better than. She think, and those are some experiences I've had, and those are experiences other people who I've had who have shared those same experiences with me. Excuse me. um it's like, for example, if you're the type of parent and you're trying to do all you can for your child, and you decide, okay, I'm gonna spend some extra money and put them in dance lessons and karate or whatever. And let's keep it real, a lot of the children in the community, their parents don't get them involved in that kind of stuff. So if it's a kid that's in those kind of things, and the kid likes what they're doing and loves dancing, and they come home and they're showing their little dance steps to the kids, or the kids might see them get out of the car with their dance outfit on, or the kid might come to their home and they might have a little bit more than the other kids. The first thing that comes out of their mouth is, oh, she just bragging. She thinks she's all that. But that same kid can go to another community, and I know from my own experiences, that same kid can go to another community, and it doesn't have to be a white community. It could be just a Black community where the parents are doing things. All of the parents have a lot in common, and that's why it's important to keep your children around other children and other people who want the same things. Okay. And you know what I mean? And I'm not even saying that, because there are people who come from poor areas, and not like most Black people, and then they want it more. And you know what I mean? So the same similar mindset. And they don't have those same experiences, like people saying, oh, they're bragging, because those kids are doing the same thing. So it's not even a big deal. It's not even a big deal when you have conversations with certain people and you're talking about careers, or trips and vacations, and just experience that you have had, or and it's not a big deal. They're just like, oh, really? Yeah, my mom, she was. And then they might chime in or share some information, and it's not even a big deal. And so I'm noticing that here with YouTube, we got a lot of different types of people from a lot of types of backgrounds, and I'm beginning to see that YouTube really might not be for me, like for real, because I like being around a certain group. And you don't necessarily have to be rich for me to be around, but your mindset has to be similar. I'm not rich. Okay. But because I shared a few times now, it's like, oh, yeah, she be bragging about, no, people, because they hate it, maybe because they didn't come from this type of family. I can't share with someone like this. You know what I'm saying? I have to, hold back by just sharing or being proud of being from a Black family who made it, who moved from the South and came to California for a better life. And during those times, the Black people during those times was trying to do things in life. They weren't trying to be stuck in the gutter. I mean, my family came from, you know what I'm saying, the South. Just like you could compare it to Black people from other countries, and they came to America for a better life. Why is it that, these few people have taken it and they kept talking about it? So now people are thinking, oh, Golden is bragging. No, I'm not. And Queen Spirit, I remember she commented too, because she shared how her family had some things and owned some things. And if you talked about it, so that means basically it's almost like you have to dumb yourself down. If you mention anything, then they say you're bragging. And see, I went through this, and that's the very reason why growing up, see, I'm a grown woman now, and can't nobody stop me from saying that. Can't nobody stop me from being proud of my Black ancestors, okay, who came from the South and didn't have a lot and worked hard and wasn't trying to go buy fingernails all day and Jordans. They invested their money. Now that dark skinned Keisha, girl, you are a fool. You was sitting up there being entertained by a troll with a fake moderator, okay? And you can say what you want to say. You just like a typical nigga. You a hood rat. I don't care if you are
Mhm.
RN. Okay. That means nothing. You're still a hood rat. Your mindset is a hood rat because you wouldn't even see anything such a big deal. Nobody has to post and share their information. See, Brown Eye, what he's doing, he thinks he's playing a mind game. Like you a lie, ain't nothing, you ain't got nothing going on for you to say, yes, I do. Now I did share something on my page, but that's all I'm gonna share. When that Negro from New Orleans said something about, I think she lied. First of all, I haven't even talked about it. They must have gone on my video when I mentioned something, and I might have shared it a couple of times, but that's not what I talk about. I talk about a variety of things, okay? Because that's what being diverse, and your parents or you, because even if your parents didn't put you in a diverse community or in a diverse environment, you as an adult should want that. So even if you didn't get that, that should be something you should want to do to better yourself and for your children, if you're able. But like I said, I already know the game. I did post something from an old Facebook post I had, which I marked out my name, but I mentioned some things because they were talking about, it was something going on, and they were talking about Black economics and group economics. And basically, we were talking about, I had to remember, why did I even post that? But I think we were talking about like the Asians, the Indians, and how they practice group economics and Black economics, and also Hispanics. If you go somewhere, you'll see it might be an Indian family, it might be the mama, and like Hispanics, might be the mama, the grandmother, the aunties, the cousins. They're all helping each other. They might all live in the same house, or they might have like a front house and a back house. Okay. They might have a business. The whole family is working the business. And that's how they're able to grow. That's how they're able to build. And then what I meant by like back in the day, I'm just going to say like in the 60s, see, a lot of these people on this YouTube, I'm realizing too, that they didn't have wise people or grandmothers or people who talked to them, or they just thought, oh, they old and they didn't put any time into them. But for the Black people who might not be aware, you have a lot of opportunities that Black people did not have in the 50s and in the 60s. And even further back. And what I mean by that is there was a time where Black people had no choice but to patronize other Black businesses. And I think when I posted it, I was because I got this information from my family. That's how they were able to build. You're not going to be able to get rich really off of Black people anymore, being Black. During those times, Black people had no choice. You had to patronize the Black restaurants, the Black flower shops, or whatever else. So those Black people who had those businesses and started building, yes, they became wealthy from Black people. They recycled their money into the Black businesses. Then as time went on and we were able to go to other places to shop and stuff, it messed up the Black. I mean, the Black businesses were not the same as they were. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here and show a damn thing. I know who I am and I know what I came from. And I'm very proud of it. Okay. Very proud of it. I am proud to be the great granddaughter from a Black man in Texas. And when I did the research and I compared his income, because when on the census, you can look at the incomes, and I was proud to see that my Black great grandfather income was higher than the average Black man during that time. Yeah, I'm proud of that. I'm proud that my Black family moved from Texas. They didn't stay, and moved from New Orleans. Okay. I lived in a community with, yeah. And Golden is talking a lot and you're learning a lot. And for those who don't want to be here, you don't have to. Okay. You're not going to be trolling and saying, she talks so much. She talks so much. No, get the heck on. You're going to learn today. Okay. This is something your silver haired grandmothers and stuff could have been telling you if she was around, or if you set your ass down and listen. Okay. So like I said, I'm proud of who I am. My dad's family came from New Orleans. There was a lot of people who came from New Orleans and settled in Los Angeles, in a specific community, mostly where I was from. Okay. Because they wanted a better life. Now there were the ones like that NOLA one who, and I'm not going to say all of them because I still have family in New Orleans. There were a lot of them who stayed behind. But what I'm saying is that my family came from Texas. My grandparents actually met in California, although they were both from Texas. Okay. And their families that they came from were trying to do things. Back then, I mean, everybody would think, oh, you're from California, you must be rich. That's because in California, people were doing things back then. They wanted things in life. So I'm not going to have these little nothing ass people and these trolls think that they going to hush me. Okay. I went through that growing up where I wouldn't even tell people. People didn't even know the apartment building that I lived in and that whole block that I lived on was owned by my family. Some people never knew, and some people found out later. Not even my friends, unless they became very close friends. Then they found out. And they still never knew a lot about me. So I'm not going to let these little, you know what? And as far as Brown Eye, I don't care about him talking about his royalties. I specifically said that when Nay was talking about one thing, he started talking about the royalties. And what it is that he wanted people to think that's how he was living off of royalties. He got upset because I explained to everyone what royalties, how it works. I didn't always know how royalties work. I used to think the same way like most people, like, oh, they got royalties. They must have a lot coming in. It wasn't until my mother started getting her own residuals, which started about 20 years ago, is how I learned. See, as you grow and as you get older, and especially when you're in a certain community, you learn. When you're stuck in small towns and stuff like that, you don't learn a lot because there's nothing out there. And then that little brown eyed who was dead eyed, who was trying to troll me today and talks about, yeah, her family. If you are listening and he lies, and that's what I'm saying, them idiots there, if they've been on that one, you guys are in her clouds, and then you go over there and entertain that. I'm not even about that. And like I said, if you want to be entertained with lies, that's crazy. I'd rather be entertained and laughing with some truth. So, like I said, brown eyed. I specifically said that my godmother was into radio and TV. She was actually one of the very first, if not very first, or if not first, Black women that was in there. She explained all that to me. We used to sit up and she used to tell me. She said she remembered when she would be catching the bus. Most of the Black women would be going to the White Houses because they were maids or nannies, and she would be going to the studios. And at the time, she was the only Black woman working in there. And if you let her tell it, if she was still alive, she's the one who opened the doors for other Black women. And she lived in Hollywood, nearby where she worked. And her children attended school in Hollywood, is what I said. And just happened the Jacksons attended the same school as my goddaughter. She was friends with Latoya. And at the time, she had no idea that Latoya was even related to the Jacksons. Latoya was like a low key, like how I was. She didn't want people to know. How she said, my god sister told me she used to lie when people knew what school she attended and who she went to school with. She said she used to lie and tell me, yeah, I be going over their house, just driving around with people who were not from Hollywood. Okay. But she had no idea she was really going to the Jackson's house. She didn't discover it until one day her and Toya sitting out in the back at the pool, and she saw the boys run out the house. They came in or came back or something, and she looked and she was like, how come you? Anyway, that's the story behind it. Ain't nobody was no motherfucking nanny for no god dog Jacksons or anything like that, okay? But see, that's how he thinks, or he's trying to troll. Okay, but see, I don't play that. So anybody who wants to be in the castle, we're not going. What we see, what we talk about is what we see in real shit. Okay, Copper, I'll go. So basically, I'm gonna let Copper speak. But basically, he wasn't doing nothing but trolling, lying, or talking about. They still wanting to know about Vibes Queen. All of these people on this app, it's a lot of them don't even have photos, and even if they do, so why are you so concerned? And some of the main ones and trolls who's saying it, they don't even have a photo, even if it's a fake photo. I don't see
Everybody
any.
had everybody had my name in their mouth today. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about I went to everybody chat and all I heard is VQ, 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 VQ. I'm like, Miss Feed the Streets.
And it's wrong because it's almost kind of like kids trying to bully one person. You know what I'm saying? People who they said that they ain't even supposed to be over here trying to critique her show. And that's because they hating. They hating. And I'm gonna say it just like this because Golden is on here and she's helping entertain Vibes' chat. And they got people on their panel, and all they do is just sit up there and look stupid all day. And then, like I said, they got people in their chat entertaining them, and they all trolls. They just going wild in the chat today. See, and I already know that Dead Eye is mad. So what he think he gonna be on is a I hate VQ and Golden Train, because especially because Golden laid it down about what how those royalties are. Like how I used to think, and I'm sure most of you all did. I wasn't talking about him bragging, but nigga, I know what you're doing, and I messed your game up, is what it is, because he kept saying I got royalties. I didn't never mention anything about him having royalties. I don't care. And the reason why I mentioned about Hollywood is because somebody said he know Hollywood. And I was like, he don't know, you know what I mean? And that's when I was like, I'm from Hollywood, or I went to school in Hollywood and my dad lived in Hollywood. That was how that went. And see, people who ain't never been to Hollywood, they thinking like it must be. I laugh all the time. People think when they come to Hollywood, all they gonna see is a bunch of movie stars walking down the street. And when people come, they be having their cameras looking. I've seen people who thought that they were looking at me, and I could tell they thought I was a movie star, especially if I had on a pair of shades. And I would see them keep peeking and whispering and peeking and whispering. That ain't even how Hollywood works. You might see a star, but you might see a star anywhere. But that's how
Mm-hmm.
people who have never been to Hollywood and don't really know, they think that everybody who's walking down the street, you're going to see a movie star. And it's not
Yeah,
really like that.
I know. We gotta pour some tea somewhere up in there. The people probably like they getting a little quiet down there. Copper on my bag. Copper ain't even get to say nothing.
No, it's cool.
You okay?
Well, I wanted to address the narrative being pushed that
Oh, wait a minute,
because
hold up. Ocean. I'm sorry. No, for
Mhm.
junior high school, Latoya went to Bancroft Junior High School. I don't know about Van Nuys. I'd have to call my god sister, but the Jacksons attended Bancroft Junior High, and I'm very familiar with Fairfax High. I was actually attended Fairfax High for a little while. Okay, and I attended Bancroft Junior High, and our graduation was at Fairfax. But no, if you check and look, they attended Bancroft Junior High. I wasn't going to even say it, but since you said you from LA, I'm just letting you know. I don't know where Latoya was from, but I could tell you they were all at Bancroft at the same time, and they were behind in school, because actually Toya is a little older than my god sister, but that's just how they did it. So I don't know about Van Nuys, and I'm not going to even go any further with Toya, because I'm not going to even. But put it like this: Toya is Toya named my god sister's daughter, so I'm just going to tell you like that. But anyway, so
And and be careful how much you telling them, Golden. I know you just
exactly,
a
I
freak,
know.
but it's like, yeah, you telling, yeah, more and more
Yeah,
and
don't
more.
tell her much.
Right, I know,
'Cause
but I'm that. But guess what? They're not going to even find. They can't even find it out because it was so long ago. But all I'm just saying, like, but you can. They can
No,
look
but
it up.
no. The point I'm trying
Right,
to
I
make
know.
is, I think that every time you come on the panel now, somebody in the chat like trying to, and I'm
Oh,
not
I
saying
know what
just
they're
that
trying to.
person, but
I know what they're trying to, but I just was letting her know that it's you can look that up and see they attended Bancroft Junior High. You know how many people attended Bancroft Junior High, and a lot of people who were into the industry, and if they weren't into the industry, their children attended that school. So it is what it is.
But I think it's common
yeah,
sense, right? Because if you grew up in Hollywood, I'm a person that grew up in New York City, right? I grew up, I seen famous people before they became famous. So once you see them get on the big screen or get in the music industry, it's like, oh, I just know those people. You know they family, you know whoever. It's not that big of a deal. It's just about proximity, your environment. Now, if you're from a slow town somewhere, you won't understand, but you know everybody in your town, right? It's the same thing like a big city. A big city is a lot of people, but circles are small.
yeah.
Everybody know everybody.
So anyway, so Copper, maybe you can share with the chat about what you saw with Dead Eye
So
over there.
I didn't see much. By the time I got in there, I seen the trolls attacking you. And then when I came in there, his audio was all messed up. But I'm like, what's going on here? It was just a chat. It was because he wasn't saying nothing. So that's why I'm like, this is what he want. He want whoever's in the title to come in there and want the trolls to attack them. That's what I felt like he wanted because it didn't make no sense. And he's sitting up there saying, only one person know how she looked, right? And that's who was in this. And he's saying Golden don't know how she looked. Like, how do you know these things? Where did you conjure that up as a conclusion that you think you know what Golden know, or you think that the ex put out the right pictures? Because I told myself today I was going to put out a picture of somebody ex too to shut everybody up. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill on that. So, because they were gonna feel stupid. But at the end of the day, the chat it was just bullshit. Like I don't know what's his
Okay.
angle. It's
I'm
kind of
sorry. Can
corny.
you, excuse me, can you get Golden Doodles out, Brown Eye? Get them on out of here. Remember, we're not going to even entertain them. Is it any mods or should I drop down?
Oh, I fell off. I just came back. I'm trying to see. I thought somebody was down there. Oh, let me see. You said who?
Somebody named Golden
Oh,
Doodles.
yeah, Golden Bees.
Oh, I got it.
So yeah,
I
that's
got
you
it.
see that's the type of trolling he's into. Like, come on now. You say you're a grown man. You want to call out other men, but this is not what men do. Like, it's not what men do. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not what men do. So I don't know why you're trying to call out other men when you got behaviors that's questionable as a man also. It's one thing to troll, but you're doing too much now. You're doing way too much. For what? I don't know. But that chat was just straight bullshit. So I didn't even feed into it. There was a troll in there that said Marcus embarrassed me, right? He said Marcus embarrassed you. He should have humbled you. What do you mean? If he didn't humble me, how did he embarrass me? Like, so they were just in there saying anything. Then they was in there saying, Golden is basically you made Golden lose her friendship over there and all this other stuff. So it was just a whole bunch of twisted lies in the chat. That's
I'm.
all it was. Because he wasn't saying nothing when I got there. He just called. He's like, "Copper, you fake." That's all I heard. Really.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. When I clicked on, I don't even know why something just said to go and look, and he was already live for I would say me. I don't even know how long. Probably like 20 minutes, maybe, if I remember. But anyway, all I know was I looked down at the chat. I saw Drea, Platinum, Golden, Copper. I'm looking like, what is going on over here? And I'm like, See, instantly, I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. I'd be damned if I'm gonna drop down in this chat and this bitch ass nigga gonna call me out of my name. I'm telling you exactly, I would hurt you. You try to keep disrespecting me. I don't like that. Okay, so I figure if I drop down in your chat, then you gonna want to talk sideways, and I'm not doing that. So that's why I didn't drop down the chat.
And he's also worried about. He said your husband is not home. That's what he said. Golden lied. Your husband ain't there. That's what he said.
Like, why I'm gonna keep going on the enemy turf? All they want to do is block you. I'm not doing that.
And oh, he on that powder, right? Right, Pill Cosby. What he's doing is just making up stuff because he wants you to prove it. Like he said, Golden, if your family, he started talking about the Hiltons. Ain't nobody said that my family was, you know what I'm saying? They ain't had no money like no damn Hiltons, but yes, they were some wealthy black people. And then the dark skinned Keisha, you're saying that you're in the real estate, right? Okay, so now you're telling us what you do, but ain't nobody saying that you just lying. But if you say you in the real estate, you should know better then. You should know that that's how people become wealthy is they invest and they grow their and as time goes on and we're talking about and we ain't talking about in that town you in dark skin Keisha. In Chicago or wherever you are, we're talking about a state that's one of the most expensive states in America, along with New York. It ain't too many states that can compare. How people are living in all those other states, they would not be able to live like that in California. When people in California sell their homes, they could live like they millionaires when they move down to them southern states. And it's just the real, because the property values are more. For a poor, rundown home, you're going to pay about $500,000 today. Real talk. The hood
But
houses are going for $1 million. Real talk. Do your
yeah.
research.
But I was just sitting there looking like, why the hell is everybody live calling my name? I don't. This don't even make sense. Everybody hollering, "Oh, leave me alone." And I'm looking like, what the hell did I say about y'all? Some of these people I ain't even said nothing about them, and they literally live hollering, screaming my name, talking about leave me alone. Like, okay, I don't know if I'm tripping or did everybody miss their meds today or what.
Silent, stepping
Huh?
silent. Can you elaborate, please? Right,
I get
Ocean, you know
blamed for
what you're talking about.
everything. Listen, I'm talking about how the hell even an old relationship. I'm telling you right now, I did not watch Rosalie the whole life. All I know was I looked and I saw he went up there and I'm looking like, why is this dude sitting up here talking about me, talking about how to help me do what? The only thing Octavius had ever sat there and said anything about, oh, you know, you could get this down, all of this stuff, which I already knew it could come down. I've always said, now let's be for real now. I've said this stuff about this dude, whether we're cool or we're not cool. I said I still appreciate what you did for me. Didn't I say that? Even after we fell out,
Yes,
I did,
you've said it on your panel.
and I still say till today, whether we're mad at each other, we're not mad at each other. I remember every good deed everybody did for me. Everybody. And I don't care
What
how mad I am, I'm still gonna say thank you for that you did for
what
me. You
what,
understand?
what relevancy is that though? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why is that even relevant?
That's a
These
good
people do
question.
too much. They do too much. Because first you'll hear, oh, they had to do all this striking for me. No, no, no. I don't even strike people. And like I said before, the only reason why I even went and did anything about a video, that's the only thing when it came to identity and y'all talking about my name and whatever. That's the only thing I actually flagged to get down was the video with my children voices. It don't matter whose channel the video was on. The simple strength is I don't want my children on the internet. We don't post them on the internet, so you get what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah, that's the only thing I was worried about. All them other stuff y'all had about, yo, I don't give a damn. None of that other stuff. I ain't feel like shit. Like who cares?
All
Thumbnail,
right,
community
so
tab, I don't care. Huh?
look who put it, and look who was the person who put it out, right? So regarding him, don't nobody put no narrative out there that VQ sent anybody to attack him for anything, because everybody who was around from day one when their little breakup happened, I was one of the people that observed it. He was on his page venting for like 11 days straight and he was being ignored. Nobody fed into it. Nobody really cared that much. He didn't get the feedback he thought he was going to get. So he ran over because he wanted to be a ice he wanted to be an ice girl, and he ran over there with that story. So if you're paying attention, at that time, Bob's Queen wasn't saying much. She wasn't saying much during the breakup. It wasn't until he got on. He wanted to be an ice girl himself, and he started with that BS. He started telling people, trying to tell people business. That's what
I'm
got
so
me.
tired.
That's what got me. He got my attention. It had nothing to do with VQ. It had something to do with a man showing deplorable behavior because he's heartbroken over somebody he can't be with, and he bringing it to the internet like a little bitch ass nigga. So
When I
I
say I'm
addressed it as a
so
bitch ass nigga.
When
And I
I
had
say I'm
nothing to do
so
with
tired of
VQ.
that damn story, girl, I am so tired of that. I'm tired of that dude. I'm tired of the whole thing. I'm so
Yeah, but
tired. Like,
don't lie on us and say, oh, VQ got people attacking him and this and this and that. No, VQ had nothing to do because me and VQ even had a misunderstanding over the whole situation because he felt like I was coming at her when I was coming at him from the start. So it don't have nothing to do with VQ sicking people or anybody. I'm a grown ass
No.
woman. You can't put me
motherfuckers
on nobody.
Motherfucker sitting around talking about, oh, that bitch knows she lying because she was sitting on that phone talking about, oh, I wish that boy would just stop. Oh, my problem was never with you, it was with that nigga. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying.
Hmm.
Because she came on here after the fact and said it on her panel.
She
Oh,
sure
my
did.
problem was never with her, it was with that nigga. That's what she said.
Hmm.
And let me get something cleared up too.
But as far as him, like I don't have. He's not even a thought. I'm so serious, guys. Like besides giving the commentary, like I see something on his tab and I tell y'all what I saw. He's not a thing in my life, and I keep saying that, and I don't think nobody believe me. That's why I get irritated when she want to come on here talking about all somebody do is talk about him. He's not a thing in my life.
No, it's top of that attack him because I don't like him.
No, but it's he has attacked all of us. We when we have been in his chat. Remember, he decided in the beginning vibes. I still have the screenshot. I were even after the breakup, I was trying to support both of you, just like with the situation between you and the Rose lady. I'm not gonna say her name because I know you probably don't want it, and I might slip. But anyway, I'm friends was friends with both of you. Okay. But I didn't like that behavior and I'm not used to that behavior for him to keep going and going and then to keep still trying to manipulate and talk about that the ICE channel, the dopes, they're the ones who put it out there. How did they get a video recording of you and your children? You went to them because they are a T channel. So stop. Just go ahead and man up to it and say, you know, you did wrong. Stop with the BS. And I'm sick of these slow people. That's why I said I'm going to have to back up. I cannot tolerate stupidity. Like they just
Facts.
like, y'all not using your brain. This is like common sense here. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that ain't
Mhm.
cool. And what he did to keep trying to make it like you ain't mad at them. Vibes was mad at them. And between her moderator and a few others, she understands now and she backed up from that because she had to understand it's not them. They're the T channel. That's what they do is spill tea. That's like going to the news station and they talking about a situation that happened at your house with the police. That's what they do. That's their job. He's the one who brought it to those people and he did it. What would be the reason to? What would be the reason to take some video recordings over to a T channel? Unless it's a you got you it's a reason behind it. Like, come on now. And if you ain't got common sense to figure that out, please let me know you can't figure that out because I don't even want to chat with nobody who's too, who can't grasp that. Like for real, for real. I get frustrated with slow people who
How
can't.
we got? I'm trying to remember how we got on him anyway. What the hell I said while we even got
No,
him?
we got on him because I said I don't like the narrative being put out that you sending people like you sending people to harass him. Because that's what they keep saying. Oh, you got your people harassing him, harassing him.
He was harassing
Oh,
us. He was mad because we started supporting vibes. If people don't know, this man has admitted several times he looked up to me. If you don't see by now, he does have he gets obsessed. Anytime you talk about your woman for 11 months, come on. And he saw me
hey,
over there and I was stop supporting him. He talked about a lot of people in Vibes is chatting. We just doing like you doing now. Ocean Eye, you
uh,
next. Melanie, Drea. But really, he talked to I can't it's so many people in this chat from
let me
that I'm sorry.
no, let me see something. I don't mean to cut you off. Let me see something. So I just got an IG telling me DM whatever you call it, right? Telling me somebody he apologized to me. Is that true?
I don't know
Who?
because I don't know because I saw that he had the same trolls that was in that's Brown Eyes that was in Brown Eyes chat, which is Brown Eye. were the same ones in his, and it was just foolishness. Of course, his live is always foolish, but then it's still lies. Like VQ, Golden was, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows he can't be a man. You can't apologize to nobody unless you man up and say, yeah, I was messing with them first. I was
No, cause
attacking them.
no, cause the thing is when he was live, I wasn't over there. I was over there with Miss Open them and getting ready to come live. So I was in her bushes listening to her show while doing what I had to do. So yeah, the DM telling me some crap about he apologized to both of us.
You
I
know
guess
what?
I have to check it out later. Huh?
I'd have to too, because when I saw all that foolishness, I was, you know what I'm saying? And the reality of it is that nobody can apologize to me unless they stand up like a man or a woman and admit fault and admit what he did. Do people realize how many people he harassed and vibes his chat? Have you ever heard of Hassan? And if anybody knows Hassan, he goes from channel to channel. He'll be over there with some bum and them, but he just an innocent, sweet guy, minding his business, just saying hello. Now, how was Hassan? Uh, was one of his victims. MGO, of course, Golden was, and I've already reposted how I shared. I was so tired of him doing it to me, and I was ignoring him. Finally, in December, I created a 12-minute video. Okay. And see, people who don't know what time it is or has not, if they haven't been keeping up, it's best to not give an opinion until you get the facts. Because I really don't like that when people are trying to tell me about me or how something went down. He harassed Copper, Drea.
Um,
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, no, chat. I see everything y'all saying. They're saying the same thing that the DM saying. I can't speak on something I didn't hear though, so I actually got to hear it
Yeah,
for myself.
it must be his last live. I don't, because I don't see no posts that say anything like that. Was it his live?
Well,
Yeah,
that's not,
I know he was live. I saw, because I go over there. So even though I'm not subscribed, it still came up, right? So I did
Yeah.
see him live, but the thing is, I went over there with Miss Open. I'm her mod, right? But I was over there with her, but I don't know what all happened on his live, so I gotta listen to it.
yeah. When I
I
saw,
could actually, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be quiet.
right,
I
no,
could
go ahead.
actually know if he was sincere or not. So I'll just wait till I hear it. I don't
When
have
I look,
nothing to say.
when I clicked on there and I saw all those trolls and it was like Golden and vibes and his Mika and all that, when she was busy talking, yeah, like Golden need to stop this shit. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like liars. So, like I said, I'm not going to continue to entertain people. If you're a liar and you just straight out, just intentionally lie roasting and all that, it's wrong. Okay. And like I said, I ignored him. The last time I responded to him, I was not even referring to him. I was referring to one of Sunbum's trolls or whatever who's posting all these clips of Bigo. I watched one of the Bigo lives and I was just talking about how the guy was talking about dudes harassing or attacking women and how he didn't play that. So I was referring to that. Next thing you know, I see one of his posts come up in my algorithm talking about gold and something. And I responded. Now, I wasn't even talking to him. But like I said, after this week, I said, I'm going to start ignoring that. I saw my name in another title again. Yeah, so apparently Golden was playing, or I don't know what he said, but I didn't respond. And I'm not going to continue to respond. Period. I'm at that point. Like, I'm not gonna keep because why am I gonna keep responding? Like at this point, it's like you want to come meet up and let some man that's gonna support me handle you. I'm not gonna keep going and playing this childish ass game with these full grown ass people. With these, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna roast me, you better tell some truth. But don't keep on with these lies and games like that dead eye over there. Yeah, she a old lady. Well, I'm an old motherfucking lady because I'm 53 years old. I'm in my golden years. And what? How old is your mammy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter to me. I'm old and I look motherfucking younger than 53. But even if I didn't, I'm living my life and I have my children and I'm happy with that, with my family. But that's just full of it. You know what I mean? And they was busy just going on with vibes. And what he's trying to do is trying to make you, yeah, you're a liar and post that stuff. But like I said, I wanted to get back one more time and I'm gonna let Copper finish whoever about this royalty stuff. He's mad because I broke down how royalties work. because I know how I used to think. I thought when people said I got royalty checks, I'm like, ooh, they gonna be. You got to think about it. Any kind of movie, at some point, do you still think that movie is still making money and it's old? So they might play a rerun here or there or something, and when they get whatever is made off of that, they got to, the top men they get something, and all the people who were involved in that movie, they got to split that money up. And you know what I'm saying? And them royalty checks, literally, you guys do the research. I have been people, they'll tell you that sometimes it might be only a few dollars. It depends on the job they had or they took. And that's real. And notice when I start talking about the royalty checks, we got the troll comes in. I didn't see it,
Well,
but
yeah, I'm not even doing that with
mhm.
them.
Because see, they trying to stop me from talking. People like that, when a person is telling truth, you notice all the liars, they just laugh and keep it going and going. When you're telling truth, they want to stop you. So, hello, Lotus, Copper. So you could go ahead and because I wasn't on his channel, I clicked on for a quick second and I saw all the lies and all the trolls, and I already knew that this dude had already been calling out my name, and I ignored him. And I'm like, let him just keep on doing his thing. You know what I'm
We
saying? He
got we
grown
got
man.
we gotta hurry up and let Copper give us the tea before she start putting on her bedroom voice like the last time, remember?
Oh,
No,
Copper got tea.
I
Okay, I'm
ain't
about
got
to
no
go on
tea.
mute.
I just wanted to clear that narrative that VQ was sicking people on him. That wasn't the case at all. It nowhere near it. Like it wasn't it wasn't that at all. So I don't y'all can stop saying that. It's not true. I think for none of us that said something to him it wasn't true. And it's not to bring up anything with him specifically. It's just that I'm tired of that lie being said that EQ is taking us on him because you clearly I'm one of the people that was going at him. But at the end of the day, he let him stay where he at over there. Let him stay where he at over there, do his thing, and there's no problem. So I don't know why I keep talking about VQ sending people to harass him. No, that's not the case at all. And as far as Brown Eyes, I don't know. He mad. He called me fake. I ain't know why, but if you feel some type of way because I think your behavior is unhinged, that's that's just you. Like you could be a troll, it's cool, but I don't like you do too much at times. So now you giving unstable. You giving unstable and you raising the
Yeah.
red flags all
And
around.
I do need to say this before I forget. And remember earlier when I was saying that he he wasn't my editor or none of that stuff. Let me really stress this before y'all go spinning it. He was never my editor. All he did was tell me, "Oh, you got to go to the whatever." Because I don't flag people. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all that I'm not a flagger. Okay, it's not my thing. I'm not gonna spend my day sitting around a computer worrying about flagging somebody. It ain't that. It's not that serious, to me. But the thing is, he was never my editor. So let me put that out there, okay? So no, he didn't have access to my information or none of that. It was one video for crying out loud. Like I'm not that stupid. It's pretty self-explanatory.
And I also
But do
feel
I
like
still but do I still thank him for trying to help me? Yes, I've always given him his flowers. He didn't have to.
I
I'm gonna
also
still
want
I'm
to
gonna
say
say
right.
I'm gonna say 2 months ago now, and I'm gonna still say 10 years from now. Thank you for how you helped me. Go ahead, Copper.
I also want to say right. There's a lot of people that's worrying about. Oh, you didn't sign papers. Oh, you're not on to a pay. At the end of the day, right? What does that have to do with the street sector, right? Because if y'all feel like you got a problem with the duo over there, whatever they said about your kids, and then you handle that. That's you to handle that. You can't tell nobody else how to handle how to move or how to handle things, especially when y'all not even working together. It ain't like y'all try to work together and it's like, oh, this person not doing their part. You doing your own thing and somebody else is doing their own thing. So why you calling out people about how they handle what they gotta handle behind the scenes. I don't understand that either.
Hmm.
Let's see what's going on, but
Man, no, I don't care. You say hello, Vicky. What kind of friend am I? We have our own mind. Did anybody in the castle get offended because I said I saw y'all in his chat and I didn't drop down because I'm driving? No, because people that care about me would tell me, girl, you better not have your ass on YouTube driving while you riding down the street with your damn kids in that car. Why would I want to be in somebody's chat typing?
hmm
So you think whatever going on Red Eyes live stream is more important than my children in the car? I don't think so. Okay, so try
Silent.
again.
I noticed you made a comment earlier, and now you're calling somebody a liar. Can you elaborate? Because I hope you're not trolling. Because really, we tired of that stuff, okay? And I'm not saying you are, but can you elaborate? But you are a liar, and then you mentioned something earlier, and I asked you to elaborate, and you didn't. Now, are you here like to really have a conversation, or is it to just be rude and troll? I'm not certain, and I'm not trying to call you a troll, but I mean, I noticed it was something else, and I didn't really understand what you meant. Stepping silent. So can you kind of elaborate with something else you mentioned about why she lied? I don't even know what you were talking about, and I don't know if you were talking to me. I'm assuming that maybe you were because I was talking at the time.
Step in
You're right. You
silent.
gave me
Yeah.
a question, and I asked you to elaborate because I really didn't understand what you meant. So can you ask that question again because it was you I don't know if you really read the question out loud, but I was trying to figure out what you meant by that. And at the time I asked you, could you elaborate? But there was, we were still going on and they were talking in the chat. So I don't know if you heard me or not.
Step in silent. I don't know if English is not your first language, but your question didn't make sense. That's what they're saying. They couldn't
Yeah,
get
because I
clarity from your question.
yeah, because I read it in the last statement, last sentence, whatever. I'm like, what? I didn't know what that was. So the person in the chat was right when they were saying, "Oh, you retyped it." Who was that? Morgan. Yeah,
What
but
woman
Morgan
she
was I
lied on?
retype it.
She said yes, she
Okay.
lied on the woman last week. What woman? You gotta
Who is
look like you
she
went to
and what
school.
woman?
Who's the subject here? Who's the woman?
Who is she and can you tell us who the she is and can you tell us what woman?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Black Diamond, how you doing, girl? Yeah, and I'm looking like that's funny to me because y'all know when I be do y'all know that when I'm live and I'm talking, I don't think people even have to doubt what I'm saying because I actually have a video that I could prove what I'm saying. So why would I even just make some stuff up? Like wouldn't the customers then be like, well, we never seen the video for this, or even if it's not before, it's after, you know?
Stepping silent.
Whatever.
Okay, could talk to me then. What are you telling? What are you trying to tell me? Because I didn't understand. You said stop. I'm talking to golden signatures. But can you elaborate? You're saying she, and we don't know what woman you're talking about, and who is she? Stepping. Okay. Um, Cocoa butter. You know something? I think it was you and I. We were talking one day, and this goes back to Dead Eyes channel, and this is in general because there are people on this chat right now or in the clouds or whatever. Like they said, "Oh, Golden thinks she knows everything." No, I just share the stuff I do know. And I think you and we talked about that. And it was funny because your dad reminded me of my dad when we said, I think it was you, when I said that my dad used to always tell us, always try to learn a little bit about everything. And he said that because he said, you don't ever want to be in a position or in a room where everybody's talking about something and you just sitting there looking stupid all the time. And it's always good to know a little bit about something. I mean, knowledge is power. And that's why my parents would always tell me, and I would get mad. And I think Copper mentioned this too. When I would ask my mother, what does this mean? Or what does that mean? And they would say, go to your dictionary. And it would piss me off. But today I'm glad they did because I am a researcher. And when I'm on the computer, I'm always researching. And I think that was you, Cocoa Butter. And I know I do definitely recall Copper sharing with me how her parents would tell her to go to the dictionary. That's something that I thought was like normal. But I'm realizing with these people on YouTube, that wasn't common for them, so they don't understand it. And instead of them trying to attack people because we're on another level with another mindset, you should want to be learning and like, that is something good to think about or something I should be telling my children. Do you realize as much stuff as that I've told my children, some of it has been due to stories people have shared to me and I incorporated in my parenting. Let me read what Coco Butter said. You don't know everything, but you know a little something about everything. Thank you, Coco, but I tried. Okay, go to signatures. The host accused someone of a violation that wasn't true. Well, what did the host accuse someone of and what violation was it? Can you elaborate a little bit more, stepping silent, so we can understand and maybe we can try to explain, or maybe I don't know if you got it wrong or we got it wrong.
I know damn well every time I can't prove something, I say allegedly. I even got a whole banner. Okay. I don't mind saying allegedly. And every time I say something and I don't have a receipt for it, I go ahead and throw it out off top. That from my picture memory, I don't have a receipt for that. Okay. From my photographic memory, I don't remember having a receipt for that. Don't I do that all the time? So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right out the gate that I don't, I'm just telling you what I heard.
Thumbs up, Morgan
So
Banks. I'm glad to see that there's some other people who can relate and understand without trying to make it seem like something is wrong with wanting to learn. Knowledge is power. And anything that I know, I don't mind sharing because some people have shared, I've had people share so many things for me and to me, which has helped my growth.
I know Fifi. Fifi saying, look at how they type it, you could tell who that is.
But I'm trying to figure out what did the host, what I can, if you can tell me, step in silent, who you said the host accused someone of a violation that wasn't true. Are you talking about Sunbum?
Let me verify this is Copper. Copper, this you?
Yeah, stream
Okay.
y'all booted me.
Cocoa Butter. Yeah, my dad, I remember when we were little, he used to always tell us that too. And thank God he did. I'm happy. And at the time, I didn't understand. And as I started getting older and I was bumping into walls with certain things, or I was not bumping into walls, there were a few times that I would be in an environment and people would be talking about something and I couldn't share anything, or, oh, yeah, something you just sitting there looking stupid, drinking your water, you know. And then I always thought about what my dad would tell me. And just like these people say, oh, yeah, I saw what it was like. Yeah, Marcus then bumped her head. Well, Golden Signatures knows it all. No, Marcus says, I'm not digging into, I don't even know nothing about tea. People don't pay attention. And this is what I always tell my children, pay attention to what people are saying. Marcus said the same. I'm listening and watching the same videos and lives as everybody else. But everybody don't pick up on things.
Hmm.
I
And
remember when
why?
I took a test for the FBI, and I've shared this story with my kids, and hopefully they have used that information. And I told them, you have when you're it's listening skills, paying attention. And I remember it was a whole bunch of us trying to get this job for the FBI, and specifically They said it's not how many questions you get wrong. You just have to get a certain amount right. It was about 400 questions. And you didn't even have enough time to do them all. And I'm like, how we gonna do this? But I listened to what they said. So, usually at the test, if in the beginning it's easier, and as you go down the line, it get harder and harder. And I said, wait a minute, I only got so much time to do all these, and I ain't gonna get all this done. Then I'm trying to think and work hard or work a little extra to figure them out. So I bubbled in every last one of them 400. I just said, I ain't reading no more. After I did what I knew, and then it was getting more difficult, which means more math involved or whatever else. I bubbled in everything. And I know out of all of that stuff, I had to get some of them right. And I don't know how, I don't recall because this was like about 30 years ago, 20 something years, 30 years ago. I don't know how many you needed to get right, but all I know out of all those people that were there, about only 6 of us passed that test. That test was just to get the application. That wasn't even to get the job. And then with the application back then, even I don't even think LAPD, I mean, police departments was doing this. They were doing thorough investigations where they wanted to know your mama, your daddy, your whole family. Like what dad I want to know about me? Go take your ass to FBI and get you a job down there. Okay. They want to know everything about you, who you dated, where you
Let
lived,
me
all your
interrupt.
addresses. They'll go to your old neighborhood. So, anyway, I always have told my children pay attention, listen, okay? And with my listening skills, I know that's why I was able to pass that test. So for those who are sitting in the bushes, you're learning something today. I don't even give out this kind of information to everybody. These are things I give out to my children and the people who I love so that they can grow and be great.
Yeah, but
It's clear.
did y'all see the community post that I posted today? I tagged you and I said thank you for well no, I'm happy that I was able to facilitate a safe, peaceful environment for you to talk last night. And then you did say that live that you weren't gonna go back and forth with nobody, right? So
I did. I
mhm.
did. And I went over there today, but I'm not doing it. And I was glad he didn't let me up because it was like, you know what? I already said I wasn't going to entertain this. But I was like, it's, the holiday. And I kind of saw somebody in there. And I'm like, look at her with her mouthy self. And she's sitting over here getting her head bumped, not knowing he a whole troll. You know what I mean? Just playing and lying. Ain't nobody asking how like, it's like, if somebody is giving me some information, you better tell me the source where you got it from so I can go to VQ's video from yesterday and listen to it for myself. See, that's the benefit of coming to the castle. She's got the receipts to back it up. These people just be talking.
Mhm. Yeah. Look at the other day we just put it out so casually, put out the video from June 9th, and it sends this sector and the other sector, everybody all up in a frenzy. Y'all don't even know half the stuff that we have. You know the video I'm talking about? That's nothing. That video was nothing compared to what we have over here. Okay.
Cocoa
Y'all
butter
know the
now.
video I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Okay, can you elaborate? I'm sorry, I was reading. I was reading the chat.
No, I was just simply saying if they were so blown away by a simple 10-minute clip or whatever it was, I can't believe so many people missed it when it actually happened. So can you imagine all the other stuff that we have over here in the castle?
Right,
You know?
right,
Like how CPS never came to your house. That too.
right. The
Yeah,
video is right there. Just click on it and listen. Listening skills.
I wasn't finna take it off. I wasn't gonna take it off membership neither. Just know I have to keep lying on me talking about I came on, and this not Golden talking, this me talking. Keep lying on me talking about I said CPS came to my house and I had to move because of CPS. First of all, that don't even make sense because if you had a CPS case, how you just go up and move? You still gonna have a case, right? Your name's still gonna be in a place, right? So why does it matter where you move? I never said anything about CPS was in my life and I had to move because of no damn CPS. That's not what I said. You see how she lied though?
Child.
You said oh, we saw it. Girl, I went and got the video off of let me see. I got it off of the highest tier. You said vibes we saw it. What you mean?
Cocoa butter, I got a screenshot that or go back to the live
Oh,
chat later because now that was one my dad never told me, but I like that. Paid sense is the best sense. Listen at the lessons and you won't have to pay for them through experience. That's exactly what I've done for the most of my life. That's why I was able to try to protect my children, away from stuff, listening at other people who had experiences with husbands or men that, you know what I mean? I'm just telling you, like a woman who married a man and come to find out he was messing with her daughter. Like she told me things like she looked back at and realized, like, wow, you know what I mean? Like she just shared some stuff. So that, like I said, it made me pay attention more to a lot of things because I had never experienced that as a child. So I look at those things and, I pick up on those things and it's based on story. See, I'm not the one to tell people, oh, you got a big mouth, shut up. No, it's based on story. So I don't have to experience it. I don't want to experience it. And I wish I would have been given some other stories where I didn't have to experience some financial hardships during some times in my life. Had I known, I would have did things differently.
well, yeah, I'm here to say, well, I found that video. Well, actually, it was a live stream. It said that it was 6 months ago. And basically, from the title, you could even tell from the title. That's why reading is fundamental. You could tell from the title how I had the exclamation sign with a question mark. You knew from the title it wasn't a statement. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Do
I
anybody
feel
here know what I'm talking about?
Wait a minute.
When I
Yes, the
said
link, your title.
CPS, hmm?
You saying your title. The title of the video itself explains that there was no basically you didn't have no contact with CPS. That they just called them the duo over there was the ones on live talking about they calling CPS, but you never acknowledged ever having a case or have any contact with them basically.
I thought I had got them. Girl, give me a second. Let me see. I thought this person was out of here earlier. You said I had to go back and listen and see if you said anything about you. What? So I can apologize and no, you did not. I don't know what you're talking about, but my bad, Copper. My
No, you
bad.
good.
What the hell you
But that's
said?
what this is what we talking about. Grown ass people with the comprehension of a third grader. It's annoying to have to explain certain shit to adults that should have an understanding at an adult level.
Yeah, and I kept saying it over and over. Every time you go live and you say I'm calling them on VQ, you have my YouTube name in the title. I don't know. I'm not for the keep. Yeah, they just silly. But I went ahead and found it because since you want to run around and keep talking about I said whatever, prove it. Where is the clip of me saying that? Because I got what I said, and it's my video. I could play it again. I actually forgot because I should have recorded and played it again tonight. Whatever. Maybe next time. Doing too much. You said, I don't even know. What else I have written down? Did I have anything else? Yeah, yeah. I don't care. Like they already see how y'all so messy. Did anybody get offended about me saying that I saw them in the chat and I didn't drop down though for real for real? He said they already spin that narrative. Oh, she don't care about them. First of all, I'm looking like, why everybody over here? You understand how I was taken aback because everybody was like, oh, we're unsubscribed, we're not going back. So of course I'm gonna sit back and look to see what the hell going on.
Girl, it was that chat was a swamp. There was no point of jumping into that because it was just a bunch of trolling and lies. That's all it was.
It was really a waste. Copper is correct. I was mad at myself for even going in there, and I was glad and happy when he timed me out because, of course, the person who's going to, you know, when a person is lying and then somebody is like correcting it, they don't want other people to hear and see that. So of course Golden eventually got timed out, but I was glad I did. Just like I was glad I didn't hit the panel because I said I wouldn't hit it, you know, grace that place anyway. But it was just that I just kind of got fell into it. But I was happy it ended like that, and where I would got my you know what on off of there because I had some other stuff to do anyway. But I was glad. And like Copper said, it was a waste anyway. Like you're fighting and you know, you're not even having like a debate about something intelligent, you know, something that was like real life or something real, you know, for real. It's just like a bunch of lies and trolling and making shit up. And then it's annoying when you see somebody like one of them that's trying to act like they so smart, but they sitting up there falling for this dumb shit. You ain't like you. I know this person goes in other chats and stuff that you ain't heard. You know what I'm saying? And some of this stuff just not even making sense to you. You know, and then he's enjoying that, and it's like this is really annoying to actually see somebody who claim to act like they so. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, they got a job, or they got, you know what I'm saying, and you're not showing me that with your actions to even be falling into the dumb shit. So, like Copper said, it was Vibe should not. It was good she wasn't because all he was going to do is start harassing and bullying. You know, he was not going to have a decent conversation with her. And
I don't
look, I
care about that
mhm,
damn dude though. I don't give a damn
mhm.
about him. I said what I had to say and I moved on. I don't even know why he's still speaking on me. We talking about Red Eye, right? I don't even know
Right,
why he's still speaking on me. He keep going live with my name in the title, all of this stuff, and I'm like, what's your problem? And I'm the
loyalty,
woman. You acting like you're the woman.
exactly. And that was the crazy part when one of the trolls say you talk too much, and I'm like, I'm supposed to. See, y'all got it all twisted. The men ain't supposed to be doing all that big mouth running around, and that's what they following. Somebody hollering and screaming and lying all day long. Men are supposed to be. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a woman. I ain't never seen men with all that running off at the mouth and wanting to be seen all day and doing all this retarded shit like they about 7 years old, like a little boy. So they so fucked up in the head, and some of these women, they don't even understand that that ain't even normal. They just being entertained and they enjoying it because the person is talking about somebody who they don't like. But they not even realizing that's just like when Willie talked about Sheena. Even if you and Sheena were not getting along, you wasn't tolerating Willie coming in there putting monkeys and all that crazy stuff in there. So I mean that's what I'm talking about. Like I don't have to like the person, but I'm not allowing this foolishness up on my channel, and I ain't about to entertain it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, realist, thank you, but I mean, it is what it is. Vibes will talk for an hour, and this is how it is, and then I'll come on when she might run out of things, or so. I mean, it is what it is. I'm talking for about the same amount of time as she talking. Is it that I'm just giving more information, schooling you, or what? You know, it is what it is.
Y'all too got the internet press right now. Y'all too. Golden and VQ. That's all that is.
I mean, so what do you suggest, realist? See, this is how you got to do when, you know, what do you suggest? And I see that you're not really being like a troll or rude. You know, you're giving me your opinion about it. So what do you suggest?
Yeah, because they keep coming in trying to redirect the topic. Like we'll be on a topic, and instead of them adding something to the topic, they want to just change the whole whatever
Right.
we have going on.
Right. So maybe let's just get back to normal programming. You're welcome to put that on my under a post of mine. Okay, realist? Because it's really not much you can do. I mean, the rules are the rules. It's like when you move into place, you might not like them all. When you go to a job, it is what it is. This is how Vibes is running her channel today. I'm supporting her. And there are times I don't come on, and there are times I do.
Oh, golden girl.
They hating. Okay, what you say, realist? I'm saying the same thing about what? No, you know what, realist? Did somebody delete them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, realist, I know you're still here. We've been saying the same thing over and over because the same retarded people are doing the same shit over and over and doing harassing. And that, yes, and guess what? I wouldn't keep saying the same thing over and over. People wouldn't take what I say and then try to switch it around and go on their live and spew lies. But then you have to correct it. It's just like it's Vibes just coming out right now with a video about the CPS stuff, which you could have clicked on and reviewed. But then there are people who listen to people give out misinformation. So now she has to go back 6 months ago to reiterate what she said. When people are coming on their channels lying and taking what they've heard and trying to, play games with people's words, then they come
Yeah,
back and they try to correct it.
we all know that the only person that came on here and say that they were successful with sending CPS falsely, but this lady don't even show her kids on here. Okay, she confirmed it. I no, that was the only content creator Sunbum called CPS that I know of, and she was actually successful. So I don't know, like, where y'all coming up with this story. Like, make it make sense.
Stepping silent. There is a way you can have a conversation. First of all, we've asked you several times, could you elaborate? Maybe you can't do it, but Vibes also offers people to come on her panel, and people will just sit there and won't do anything. And there's a reason why she's asking, like she wants to hear other people's opinions and stuff like that. So if you feel like you can't do that, how come you've never tried coming on her panel? As long as you're respectful, because we couldn't understand you. And not just me, but there are other people. Like you might be thinking something, but how your rights, how it's coming out and we're reading it, it's not all the way clear. Maybe you should read it to yourself.
I see them down there, but if Golden talking to them, like, what's the point of deleting them? Then they won't be able to answer y'all. So I don't know.
Because they're not trying to
I see.
answer. All they had to do was explain what woman, who's she,
No,
and the
like
woman.
no, like I'm trying to tell Coca, like she'll say mods, but like where y'all at, whatever. So I'm trying to tell her, like, I see, but what's the point of removing them if Golden is talking to them? How they're gonna
Mm.
answer if they're timed out? Now, if she had skipped over them and just be like, whatever, I don't want to talk, then it's like, you get what I'm saying? How you gonna time somebody out, but then you're waiting on them to answer?
And see, also with the person who I guess they got timed out or blocked, I will speak with you on your panel. Okay, well, as long as you're respectful, I'm sure Vibes won't mind letting you up. If you've been in her channel before, she will always offer people to come to her panel. And then people will just stay silent. So they don't want Golden on the panel, but they don't want to come on the panel. They just want to sit and go to bed on her channel after she's given out the tea, and then nobody wants to, you know what I mean? So what do you want?
And
That
then
is
blame
true.
you.
If Golden say, I'm not coming up here for 2 months, there's nobody that's gonna want to hit that panel like that. For everybody gonna be in the chat and be like, oh, I just want you to talk. And I
Mhm.
made up in my mind that it does not matter. I mean, I could go get a whole different co-host. And Golden, did you even tell anybody that you're gonna be a co-host and you're gonna sign up for this every night, even if it's snowing or you're sick, you gotta be here because you're a co-host? You never said that.
Never said it. And there are times I don't come on, or there are times I'm in the chat like I was earlier. And Vibes will go for a whole hour. And then when she drops her link, I'll come up.
Wait, so what they mean they don't? You don't want to deal with what person? Me? How you don't want to deal with me if you're talking to me? I
And
don't
you're
want
Girl,
to
on her
deal with
panel.
that person, so that's why they won't come up. This my channel though, so I don't know if
they
they're talking to
can.
me or they're talking to Copper.
I don't care if you talk about leave. Don't come up because you're playing games. I feel you playing. You're not trying to be clear on purpose. So I
I
don't
don't
care how
want to
you
deal with
feel.
that person. Like, why not put a name on it?
They should have
And why the hell the
exactly.
whole show turned into addressing somebody in the chat? You know, how the hell like we give them so much power? They stop the whole show.
That's why I was telling you don't entertain them because they're doing that purposely, not to clarify.
Right. So let's just keep going with our and until you're ready to hit the link. We can't understand you. There have been other people to tell you that in the chat that it's not clear. I've asked you to elaborate, and we're not being rude, but we just got to keep on moving until you're ready to come on the panel. And when you come on, you just have to be respectful to the host. So anyway, back to normal programming.
Yeah, did you observe the
Oh, I
person?
know who it is. I'm sorry. I think it's imaginary reality. That's who it is. Cause it seemed like
Oh Lord.
ever since imaginary reality got timed out for the 24 hours, this person started showing up type just like them. I'm done. All of this crap. That's who that y'all so predictable.
Oh,
Y'all are so predictable.
that's crazy.
Hmm?
If that. Oh no. Did you see the live earlier with the person that popped up on the panel with the duo that said they work for tech and the Golden walk into YouTube headquarters? She's gonna be escorted out by security, by security and all this other stuff. You saw that?
Who said that?
Somebody that hopped up on their panel. She's
Whose panel?
um um who page is that? That it gotta be either Torso or Kanisha, one of them.
Uh, they'll see.
But so yeah, they was going in talking about Golden talking about she go to YouTube headquarters. I work in tech. She will be escorted out. They don't see everyday people. I was like, girl, you work in tech. You ain't no administrative role. Talk about
Apparently
who
they
can
don't
see you.
know that anybody is welcome in the YouTube campus. So
Yep, she said, won't you go on Figueroa and help the chat if you care about kids, is underage kids on Figueroa that need help.
well maybe she can do that and figure out the underage kids that need help. Ain't nobody talking about the underage kids that need it's a whole bunch of kids that need help through 50
Exactly.
states. Okay. Through 50 states. So it's a lot of kids that need help. We're talking about the people who we are acquainted with and within this community whose children are being harassed and exploited sexually. So they can stop trying to spend, deflect and all of that. We're discussing something that we saw and heard within this community. So I don't care what they say. They could just keep talking because that's all they do is talk. They don't have nothing else going on with their lives. They ain't really taking care of the children. That other one can't, so it doesn't even matter. I've done my job. Okay. And what I do is what I do.
Yeah,
And
Mel.
speaking of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, like Mel said, she was very like angered. You could tell when she was talking. Like you would have thought you pissed in her Cheerios this morning because she was going so hard like and golden this and golden that. I said, what the hell? Who is this person? I never saw it before. So
Well, who
people
was
really be
it?
watching. I don't know that. I don't know. I will have to check.
Well, whose channel was it?
Um, I don't. Who? It was like it had to be Torso or Kanisha because they was on the panel together.
You know why? Because they're scared. That's why they talking. Because they're scared. I've seen the behavior before. They scared. And why? So if they ain't, if it's no, it's they're not concerned. Why you care about what I'm gonna do? That's because I'm getting closer to the big wigs. That's why. And they
As a
heard
matter
me
of fact,
talking.
It was hers because they was promoting his new channel. So it was her page. It was her live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, how does she know what's going to happen if she ain't even
Yeah,
barely
I
even
was
going to
trying
get
to
out the
time.
house.
Yeah, I don't get worked up about them people, Morgan.
No,
Listen,
because
I
they
look at a negative comment and I leave it right under that video. Like, okay, carry on. Huh? What you said?
no, I said yeah, they be I was gonna say the low IQ people, but yeah.
You know, that's exactly what they are. Joanne, people are able to voice their opinion, but some of them are coming in being disrespectful and trolling and harassing. That's the reason why I kind of try to ask people what they mean. You know, because have you noticed, Joanne, since you said that, then you should notice that there are a lot of trolls coming in unnecessarily and really harassing people, and they're not serious. Or Joanne, whichever one. I'm sorry. Have you noticed that, Joanne? Vibes always tells people to hit the panel, and I used to just sit in the chat the whole time. And I'm like, let me start supporting my friend and hitting the panel.
Mhm.
And now y'all mad. So why don't y'all go to the channels where cussing folks out, lying on people, exposing people, and doxing people? If that's what you like, go there. Go to the channels where they have people on their panel that don't say nothing. And only the host is doing all the talking. And it's just a waste of space to just be sitting there. Go to those channels. Vibes got something else going on. And you're more than welcome to hit the panel. And these people are more than welcome to voice their opinions. But these people come in here and they start being disrespectful.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Just like how you were explaining earlier about exposing your kids to certain demographics and socioeconomic status, it's the same thing on YouTube. You could tell what type of people are who by the things they say or whatever. And sometimes it's just like, why would I want to deal with you or keep engaging with you online? And in real life, I don't even deal with people like you. A lot of y'all need to understand that classes, whatever you want to call it, classism, what sub ethnic cultures, subcultures exist, and everybody don't fit in with everybody. And a lot of y'all are y'all exposed that y'all don't come from a productive upbringing, valued on education, morals, family, or nothing. It just shows. But y'all want people to be okay with fuck shit and dysfunctional shit like that's acceptable. It's not.
Agree. And if you're against it, then you must think you better than somebody. You know, you're the one with the problem because you see something is wrong and you're calling it out and you don't want to be part of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I know these streets was definitely busy today for real. I'm like, I can't keep up with y'all. Okay, I can't. I don't know how. Some days it could be real quiet, then another day it's just so much going on. Oh, it's so
Girl, I've
awesome.
been trying to keep up all week. This is the first day I caught you live, like
When
to
I
be
say I got
active.
so much editing to do, oh my god, I do.
I know, Morgan, but guess what? They won't be able to. And see, I do the total opposite. When I know somebody wants something so bad, I give them the opposite. See, if they leave me alone, I wouldn't even be on here as much, but I've noticed it. If you notice, I didn't used to come on Vibes as a panel. I didn't even know how to get on the panel. Vibes is the one who taught me how to come on the panel, get on the panel. I wasn't even interested, but I'm here, and I know that you know what I mean. And I'm being supportive of Vibes. I used to sit in the chat, and she would say, "Anybody want to come up? Anybody want to come up?" She was trying to extend her show. And after she gave, nobody had any suggestions, nobody had any opinions. So it's like, let me start going up and supporting her. You mad? Then, I mean, not you, Morgan. I'm just saying the ones who mad about it, go on. They just really want to troll. And they're really mad. And don't think I don't know that. And I told Vibes that a lot of them are hating and jealous because number one, Vibes is her channel is back up and running like how it was before. Okay. Her views are doing pretty good for, you know what I mean? And they hating because they see her growing. They hating. And then I hating because they got, you know what I'm saying? They may have somebody on their panel. And like I said, either it's a bunch of riffraff, nothing makes sense. It's just a bunch of craziness. Or they got somebody on the panel just sitting there.
Mhm.
Just sitting there. Now I can do that too. I'll just sit there, go on mute, and just let her just do all. You know what I mean? Like what's the purpose of me being up here? If
Yeah,
she runs out of something to say, then I come on board. But
And
anyway,
it's
go
like
ahead.
they got an issue. They got a big issue because she don't reveal herself also. So they feel like we supposed to care what she look like, what she do outside of YouTube, or unless she's not authentic CC, we shouldn't support her. What do a person look got to do with anything? Because everybody that be talking about, oh, you don't cam up, you don't show yourself. It ain't like nobody asked to see you either. We ain't asked to see you. We ain't asked you to cam up. So I don't get the point. Her channel is not about her identity. Her channel is about having receipts of what's going on YouTube.
yeah.
That's it. That's all. And some of the main
YouTube.
ones doing it, we don't know what they look like either, and we don't care. Now they're trying to mess with me. Yes, you need to go live. See, now my photo ain't good enough. I'm not going live and I'm not doing anything. I need out of all of the supporters and over 1,000 views, I need to be the one show go live. Out of all of the supporters and the thousand, out of all the content creators who don't show their face, she needs to be the one to show her face. But she's giving damn good commentary. Okay, that's what made. And I told Vibes this long ago. She speaks well. I like how she ran her channel, and that was the reason why I started following her. She was she reminded me of me as far as keeping documents. And I'm like,
Hmm.
now see, this is what I like. Somebody who can say what they say and they got something to back it up. And that's when I started following Vibes. I didn't care nothing about, yeah, people do might be curious. I wonder what she look like. I mean, but that's how it used to be on radio. I don't really care. Like, so what? Whatever she look like, I still like her.
Right? Us
So,
girl, when the internet was brand new, we didn't have pictures on the internet. We barely had a stable long connection. We had dial up. There was no pictures on the internet. All you was a
right.
screen.
And if you remember, so many hours a month
Hmm.
before it slowed up.
Yeah, that obsession with people looks gotta stop. They ain't because even if they what if she does decide to reveal herself, what's that gonna change?
How y'all in the chat?
Yeah, they,
I don't know which comment to flash first. Y'all are hilarious. Ah, thank you, Ocean.
And one other thing, I revealed about those royalties is something I wanted to say about that. I had been hearing Brown Eyes talk about his royalties, but I didn't care anyway, and I still don't. But when he started messing with me, see, that's where people F up. Once you start coming for me, I'm going to come off for you times two. Now I'm about to let everybody know about how those royalties work. See, you would have been saying royalties and they would have been thinking like I thought 20 years ago. Ooh, he got big bank coming in. But once you started messing with me, I broke down how royalties and residuals work because I know you in the bushes. Okay. So learn from that to leave folk alone because you don't know what they know.
Mhm.
Thank you, Morgan. Appreciate it. Yeah. But that's how I want it, Mike. You think it take a weak person to come on the internet talking about some darn castles, unicorn fairies, all of this madness to grown people? And people actually even talk about they going to the castle. It's not easy. And you don't show yourself, but I don't know. I just always dream big and I just know everything have endless possibility. You can do anything that you want, you know? You say y'all be
Good night,
watching,
Joan. They're looking for attention.
y'all be wanting respect but give none. Joe, why you so upset? We just chilling. Oh my gosh. Like I be so for real, like, no, I be like, hell no, I'm getting off here. I don't want to be bothered with this. No, because what I'm not going to do, let me know if this makes sense to you. I'm not going to be at peace, having a peaceful day. Then I'm going to come online and be all upset. And then by the time I end the live, I'm upset and you're laughing. Like, does that even make sense? What was the point of coming live? Can y'all
John,
hear
we
me?
apologize if you feel that way, but we were just really trying to explain to you that people, people can have their own opinions, but I don't know if you've noticed, some of the people who are coming in are not really here for opinions. They're here to troll and harass people and bully them.
Superman Joan. Joan came in here talking about 57 chromosomes and all that. Girl, bye.
Hmm, hmm. But I don't know what else we're supposed to talk about. I'm not to do better in writing this stuff down. I'm talking about it just be so much happening all at once. And then sometimes it's several people live at the same time. That's what's killing me. That's what they give me right there.
Well, Joan, I think you had something to say, and Vibes just said she didn't have anything else to talk about. Would you like to hit the panel?
Kim, I'm an old lady. Probably smarter than, faster than your whole family.
See, this is what we're talking about right here. Now, come on now, Cam. What's that for? Like, would you really say that to somebody in person, or is this just some internet keyboard thugging? Come on now, you on the wrong channel. I mean, I know you're trying to be funny and all of that, but that's insulting someone and bullying someone. You might want to go over to that other channel over there that this they provide that type of entertainment, like
That's
for real,
another
for real.
low IQ. Another ostrich stuck in the sand.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay,
Joan,
well,
I apologize.
would you like to come up and talk about it, Joan? So we could have maybe a variety in the castle.
Oh, so it seemed to me Joan trying to say that when Cam calling somebody slow, oh, that's not disrespectful. That is disrespectful, especially when we have people with special needs that follow this channel. Why are you over here calling people slow? How was Cam comment a nice comment? Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna sit here all night just reading comments with people being negative, nitpicking at everything. Everything is a problem tonight.
Right, Mel. What did you say, Mel? We the old lady gang. Yeah. Either you down with us or you ain't. And what y'all don't know, Vibes ain't that old. Like people be trying to call her old.
I just laugh at them. I just laugh at them. I'm like, ooh, only if you knew.
Vibes is just mature. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Copper. Let me hold up. While y'all calling folks, Copper is not old. I forget because, see, those are the type of young people I like being around where they, you know what I mean, got a head on their shoulders.
Yeah. I think they missed the memo that I said, "Oh, I love my neighbors." That's not now. I'm talking about before. Everywhere is always a senior citizen or something. Those be my best neighbors. They tell me about when they were younger. They have stories for days. Okay, so I don't know. Y'all don't be listening to me when I be talking. You said I'll be old. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these people tonight. Like, why y'all so angry? I don't get that. I think a lot of these dudes, they're really like hard up, and they come on here and they taking it out on us.
Mm-hmm.
I
They
think they
taking it
don't
out.
be getting none. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Like they might,
Or
yeah.
or they socially awkward. They don't have social circles in real life.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Joan. Yes,
Oh,
forgiven. I ain't never seen so many bitch made full of estrogen dudes before until I got online.
Yeah,
And
because I'm
go ahead.
I'm still confused how Pink Eye over there gonna ask me, "Oh, you ever been on a panel?" Who don't know I've been on a panel already? What are you talking about? You know that. You see, when people just lie, they be saying anything out their mouth. That's when you say a certain thing, you gotta keep listening. Because they're not saying nothing, they just lying.
hmm.
You talking about hit the panel. Would you hit the panel? You never hit a panel before? Are you stupid?
These people be so worried about me on here. Like, Golden, if only if they knew, right?
Yep.
If y'all knew, be thinking, oh, can't nobody pull nobody. Nah, I just don't want nobody on here. Okay, only if y'all knew. I be telling them. I think they think I be joking, Golden. Copper, girl, only if they knew. I'm the one be like, no, I'm married.
Well, that's what the thing. That's what they want to know. If only they knew. They dying to really know.
Yeah, I'm
Kim,
talking about, how many people sit up there and hear a voice and be like, "Ooh, I want to see who this person is," or whatever. That's why I said only if y'all knew.
You don't even know what socially awkward means.
Mm?
Talking to Kim.
Cam, why are you tripping so hard?
Kim need to get laid.
Y'all got too many dang personalities going on around here. For real, for real.
Oh my gosh. Like, why are y'all so upset? Why you want to argue? I don't want to argue with you, Cam. Well, Plies be saying you mad. You big mad. Like what the hell? Nah, I ain't doing this. I'll hit that outro so fast and get out of here. Oh, Golden. Anything else you got to say, Golden? I know. What happened?
I'm just reading the
That
comments.
was sad. I didn't know 57 chromosomes was too dang men. Oh shit, that was funny.
No, but I am happy for Golden though. The first tip or whatever happened, you actually said, "Oh, I'm not doing this," and you stood on it, and you was more peace. You was calmer today and trying to process everything. I'm proud of you.
Thank you,
Because
Vibes.
normally I'm like, oh gosh. No, and I say, let me say this though, for real. Like now you could actually start trying to enjoy your peace a little more. Because your life to me did get a little bit chaotic. All this calling, trying to do this, trying to do that. You know what you do? Trying to
Right.
help
Mhm.
with everything. So now you don't have none of that stuff to worry about.
Indeed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You
But
know
you
how
know,
much
I
time
already
like
know.
you riding down the street, you in a live chat, all of this mess. Probably about to run off the road sometime trying to be supportive, all of this foolishness.
And
Yeah,
trying to
and
do
maybe you
two
could,
things at one time, multitasking instead of just handling my business, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it ain't your fault. You did what you did as your role as a friend or associate, acquaintance. So
This chat. Oh my gosh.
Now we know Vibes is the receipts queen and the investigator. But can anyone in the chat share anything that maybe we missed today?
I know. Oh man, listen, they talk so much crap. I know I clicked on Sunbum when her and yeah, it was both of them, but they just say so much. I can't even remember because I didn't write it down. Can
yeah,
you
that was
imagine just mm,
was that the same panel that the girl came up on talking about she was IT?
we said oh yeah, because I know some lady had got up on the panel or something, right? Some
Yeah.
girl
What panel? Whose panel?
on Sunbum's panel.
And what did
Was
she
that
say?
on her channel or that was on his channel? Listen, they had me running. I don't forgot whose panel it was on, but I think it was hers.
Yeah, it was hers
But
because they was promoting him in the chat, his channel.
Well, what was she talking about? Was she talking with some good sense?
I know
No,
she called your name.
that was the one who was talking about you gonna get kicked out of the YouTube
Okay.
headquarters.
Well, she don't know what she talking about.
Well, people kept saying that the voice sounds familiar, but I don't know who that person is.
Mm.
Yeah, she said something about you. She was talking about everybody.
So she
hmm
must be in everybody's bushes. She
Yep.
needs to Google and find out what they allow at the YouTube campus.
I don't go by
Mhm.
nicknames, so she wasn't talking about me. She said stuff about everybody else except me because I don't go by nicknames.
She definitely was
Well,
so mad at the move. She was
well,
My
she
name
don't
so
is
know me.
my name is VQ. I'm not gonna answer to all that other stuff. Who was that?
Well, whatever she said on the panel and whatever they believe, let them believe because they slow anyway. You know what I mean? With this foolishness, or they sit there and entertain it. I don't care what she's talking about. So it sounds to me that she's supporting the child exploitation because I mentioned that I was going down to the YouTube campus. That's what they call it, not the head, it's the campus. I said I was going to the YouTube campus to speak with someone, and I will be going because this has to stop. So they mad because Golden might be the one if she gets some direct contacts. Oh well.
yeah, and they
So it
think
sound like she's supporting it
they're
too.
innocent because they didn't touch any kids. They think that's the loophole there.
Well,
They
they
think
can
that's the
just well,
loophole.
they just got to guess what? You're innocent until proven guilty. If that's their loophole, or that's what they want to believe. I recall child exploitation line. That's the reason why I called more than one time. I said if they haven't touched a person, but they are talking sexual, about the child, is that considered child exploitation? Because I wanted to know the complete definition of it, and they said yes.
Of course it is. It's the same as if a grown person was soliciting a child through text messages. You didn't get to touch them, but you still is still a felony.
Right. Or you was trying to meet up with them.
Exactly.
Right.
It's still a felony.
So
They're
I
gonna
don't care
test your
what they
value for a
say.
crime. Are you slow? You know how many crimes you could get locked up for where you don't have to touch
See, what they need to be doing is coming up and just saying, we're gonna stop this madness. But they want to still continue the foolishness. These are full grown people, and I'm tired of people making it seem like they some little kids. And also, and I'm tired of people giving excuses. This is the very reason why the community isn't growing. You're trying to find excuses like that. You ain't gonna even give a 14-year-old that much grace. These are full grown people. almost 30 and 30. Damn it. Once you hit 30, your metabolism is slowing down. That means you're getting old and older. Once you hit, what is it, 32? If you get pregnant, what age is it that they will refer you over to the old lady OBGYN doctor when you're pregnant for your prenatal? So these are not, she's not a youngster, okay? Like they want to believe. If she got a job and I got the same job, they're not going to treat her differently because she's 29. And I'm tired of motherfuckers. Oops, I'm sorry for excuse my French. I'm tired of people using these excuses. You need to teach your kids that at a certain age, you got to grow up and be an adult. It doesn't matter who's older or younger. That's not how this world works. Oh, she just a kid. She young. Let her go. That's not how it works. So y'all need to stop with it. Maybe that's why we got so many of these youngsters in jail because these people are not making their children understand that they got to be responsible.
They also say the literacy rates in children these days is so poor.
They said what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say, Copper?
The literacy for their levels, children not
Right.
reading on the level they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe the scores are dropping. And I think that was it the No Child Left? Is that because of the No Child Left Behind?
Girl, yes, yes. Especially ever since COVID,
Oh,
the
definitely.
pandemic, they just passing them. Because one year my daughter
Definitely.
messed up, and I was like, "You ain't got summer school?" I went to the school and everything. Like, no, she needs summer school because this is not a passing grade. Oh no, she's gonna pass the next grade. She's all right. I said that don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, I remember when I was upset and I went to my daughter's school and they were telling me, oh, mother, don't worry so much about it. She's just, in junior high. It doesn't count. I'm like, no,
Right,
it does count. You know what I
that's what
mean?
they. Yeah, because she was in seventh grade too, and I said, no, this is going. This is what affects her high school screening. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they'll do that. I mean, you got to be the parent to put your foot down with that. But yeah, they was like, it doesn't count. They'll get this all over you, which is true. They will get like U.S. history again. It is kind of repeat with some subjects, but it's like no,
Hmm.
You said,
okay.
right? She said that VQ is used because she knows you could get aggressive. What? I'm supposed to be golden.
Morgan, I learned that when I about 2010 that they stopped that, and it's funny. Ever since my daughter was like when she started writing at 3, she always asked me how to write cursive. I had to teach her myself. They don't teach it in school no more. Kids don't even know how to sign their name these days. The younger generation, they just write it in regular print, their signature. And I was saying this in an open chat earlier, how like and Golden mentioned how she saw her census records because I do a lot of research on national archives from all over the world. And if you can't read cursive, how you going to read these documents of your ancestors?
True, but
Because all
they
that is
pulled
cursive.
cursive. True, they took cursive handwriting out of the schools.
Yeah, that's what I said. That don't make no sense because a lot of these real documents about ancestors is in cursive, and you can't depend on the computer to translate it. You gotta read that document yourself.
True, and the funny part about it, even with I know you've looked at those archives as I've looked at so many of them. Sometimes you can't even understand that their cursive handwriting. You know what I mean? Like you got to
Exactly.
really be looking.
Hmm. Yep. You gotta find the what they call it, the person who took the thing down. You gotta compare it to their other works in that district to try to comprehend their writing.
It's like ASMR.
Hieroglyphics, calligraphy.
Mhm.
I did calligraphy as a child. I learned that from the Arabs.
You said this app people can use to translate it. Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
two
trust
hours and
AI.
24 minutes. You
No, I
said
was
Copper?
responding to Ocean. I was responding to Ocean. I was telling her I don't trust technology like that for them to decipher things for me. I'm old school like that. Like I gotta see it and read it for myself. No, it says that what it says.
Yeah.
That's just
I don't know what else we gonna talk about, y'all. You said?
nothing. And so just because we brought up that dude name don't mean we starting with him or got anything going against him. I was just clearing the narrative that we was being we was used we was being sent by someone to harass him and all that, and that's not the case at all. So please stop saying that. Nobody sent me to harass nobody.
hmm I don't even talk like that. Like, you ever see me make a damn post talking about, oh, go flag this person, do this, do that? I don't even move like that, right? Or this person lied, he dropped down and cussed them out for me. Like, what? He said, we ain't trying to beef with nobody. I've been trying to tell these people, I'm not a beefer. This not a beefing channel. This is a reaction channel. I say what I got to say, and I go about my business. Okay?
Yeah, I ain't these people online for what? It ain't gonna get you nowhere. We ain't seen each other unless you want to be crazy and pull up. You see how many people dying every day on social media?
Yeah, be sitting out here hollering and screaming. All of that madness I went through, I ain't finna keep going through that. For what? Somebody, all that damn yelling gonna stroke out on a damn live stream one of these days. Watch. You know that? How much pressure you're putting on your heart, yelling and screaming on live? So we
Oh, you know what? There was something I did want to clear up, guys.
hmm?
Golden, you
Wait,
breaking up?
you say Golden? Not hear you, Golden. Copper, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, Golden, your sound went out.
Keeping up with the stories, like like with the stories every day. You watch them at a certain time. Well, if they're not keeping up with that, they need to be quiet if they're not really certain. But anyway, Monique used to always talk about that her family was known. And then she mentioned something about her family started up the Crips. And I remember I asked her on her page, a comment, and I said, you said that your family started up the Crips. I said, was it Raymond Washington, or was it Tookie? And she said, Tookie. And I said, oh, okay. I could say, oh, you lying. Oh, if Tookie is related to somebody. And that's what people got to understand. They think that because somebody says that they're connected with somebody, like that's just like I'm saying, I'm related to Beyonce. How are you related to like this woman that, we're people. So anyway, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay. So later on, she always talked about it. And one day when she was on her rants, I saw a woman say she was her aunt and her name was Bonnie. Now, with me being out here, I'm familiar and I'm aware that Tookie Williams had a wife named Bonnie Williams. So I knew right away that she was definitely telling the truth. Her family was I don't know if anybody recalls this, but her family was dropping down in her chats and her cousins. And some of them she was arguing with, and some of them she was deleting, or she would delete it later. And that's why I was like, oh yeah, she's definitely. So I ain't exposed Monique's family. She exposed her own family, and her family came in the chat. We won't even talk about the time she was on live when she cussed out Marcus. And somebody told me that her mom ended up in the chat. So, stop with the false, the lies. and the lie roasting. I don't play that kind of game. It's weird. And I'm telling you, the people, I'm gonna start paying attention to everybody who does that, and I'm gonna be blocking them because I don't even want to be bothered with that. If I'm gonna be on here, I don't want to be entertained with a bunch of fairy tale lies. And then when he's mentioned about West Indy, this is what I'm saying about how people don't listen. West Indy exposed her baby daddy on her first interview when Marcus asked what's his name. And she's like, I'll say it. And she mentioned where he worked. And then they talked about it. She was like, I guess it's more than one restaurant. I thought I found her baby daddy, but it was a mistaken. Lucille, I haven't seen her in the chats. She's the one said, no, her baby daddy is a black guy. But the Momo was looking like this dude, but he wasn't. He could have been like Native American or mixed with black. He actually had a black wife. So I was thinking, this is him. Well, anyway, when she told me that, I said, oh, let me go back and check that again. I actually found the right man, but I never posted it. One day, Westy posted her man, and it would happen to be the same one. I had a different photo, though. It was the same man. I just never posted it on my page, but I never exposed Westy's daddy. I mean, baby daddy. That's what I'm saying. How people don't have listening skills. They just be running off or hearing a little bit, and yeah, y'all heard that, and the story all wrong. Story is all wrong, or it's just intentional lies. West Indy said her baby's daddy name was Joseph Flata or something like that on the first interview. Go back and watch her Marcus's video. But I wanted to just clear that up. Okay, back to normal programming.
Yeah, that was part of the lies in Pink Eye Chat.
I'm just sitting here like, shoot, I'm chilling. I don't have anything else to say. I done told him everything I saw. Some stuff I done forgot. Like Sunbum, I can't even remember what her live was about. I can't.
Her lie was about that girl talking about Golden.
No,
What's up?
the girl, but I'm talking about after that, after the person got off the panel.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't remember.
from what I remember, it was basically they talking about the reporting and how Octo was part of it with them and how they was on the phone when they was Octo and Cuckoo was going at it and it was a thing that they knew she still liked um him and he felt some type of way about it and they talked about that panel when she was supposed to hit his panel and she still did it anyway. Yeah, then they was talking about he was also talking about his page, how he didn't nobody struck him. It was some terms and conditions that got him.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had that on his channel. He posted on the community tab about why by he didn't answer the email fast enough
Hmm.
or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't even be knowing what to believe anymore. And
Yeah.
Sonny keeps saying leave her alone. But I'm like, let's be fair now. I did kind of leave her alone. What commentary? I pretty much say she went live. What I said bad about her? What I said bad about her all week? Nothing much. But not that I remember. But she keep hollering and screaming, "Oh, leave me alone!" I'm like, girl, all I do is tell the people that you go live or you went live. What the hell? Don't talk about
Hmm.
me. I'm like, damn, y'all so angry.
He was
I
also
don't know
saying
what the
that
hell. Hmm.
he was also saying that I guess whoever say that no man wants Sunny, no man would be into her, that there's actually men that she could get and all this other stuff. He spoke on that. So I
Oh,
said,
you know
oh, this,
what? You know what? Thank you. Like, yeah, so I'm not sitting here like, oh, I didn't watch them. Yeah, I was there in the bushes, but I was doing something. So now, because I didn't have a chance to write it down, now I'm like, damn, what did she say earlier? You know? Now
hmm,
I got to try to remember. But I did hear them say something about It was somebody that be in our chat. Somebody that be in her chat be in her DM or some shit, sending her a message. Funny. What was the person? Travis
Oh.
something? Did you hear that part?
No, I ain't hear that part.
Yeah. And then he was supposed to be showing a picture of the dude. I'm like, damn, I ran back to my phone because it was charging and missed the damn picture. I'm like, shit. hmm Yeah.
I
I don't know. I
mean, well,
think I'm
that's her.
getting a little sleepy or something.
Yeah, that's her prerogative. Well, yeah, you can start closing this down.
Yeah, I feel like super relaxed. Like, I don't know, kind of sleepy a little bit. Not really, but like I feel like I don't wind like got too comfy or something. Go ahead. You got anything else to say, Papa?
I'm good.
I wonder what Golden got going on over there. Ooh, Papa, let's get out of here.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a good night. Take care. Get your reading comprehension up. We all adults.
I know Forgiving was saying, I think that was last night, that or energy definitely been off in the castle. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I don't know what happened. It's just so much negativity all of a sudden. Street secretary was always negative, but it was extra this past week.
Yeah, that's why I made a post today. Like, she's such mad annoying. Y'all really getting annoying with the lies. It's the blatant lies and ignorance. It's annoying.
Like, dang, they be acting like they hate me 1 minute, but I'm like, come on now. Ain't no way. I'm talking about I went over to Octavius, I heard my name. I went to Red Eye, I heard my name. I went to Rose Garden, heard my name. I'm like, damn. Who else gonna call my name today? Of course, Sunbum, Kenisha. I'm like, everybody go live. VQ, VQ, VQ. Yeah, it is what it is. You said, thank you, Morgan. Morgan said, Golden, please keep being you. Let me flash it. It's long. Keep being you and don't let these non-factors knock you off. Mm-hmm. People here like you being around. Yeah, I know. Golden need to just keep being golden. That's it. Yep. But everybody done got so quiet. Let's get out of here, y'all.
Good night.
Have a good night, Copper. Thank you for coming up.
Mhm.
Have a good night, y'all. See y'all later, okay? It was real. Have a good one.
We done talking, now it's time to log. Ain't no back and forth, I don't argue in blogs. Said what I meant and I meant that clear. Soft voice, sharp truth, cut clean in here. No chaos, no shouting, no drag for free. Just calm, cold facts with a little hot tea. If you came for the mess, baby, this ain't that. This castle built peace, yeah, we handle it flat. Don't wait on a clap back, I don't do performing. I exit with a beat, drop and leave without warning. Grown women talk, this the closeout flow, where the vibe gets soft, but the pressure still shows. Subscribe if you get it, join if you bold. The membership heat ain't never been told. We spilling that first, real light, real still, but it cut through fake like a whisper will. This ain't petty, this poise, this presence on cue. With a side of eye, peeped it, but I won't move for you. I'm signed off calm, no extra scene. Just lace on my steps and a crown that's clean. So catch me next drop, or don't at all. This castle don't chase, queen answers a call. The vibe don't yell, it just echo right. Now dim the screen down, we done, good night. Good night, you loves. Thank you so much for coming to the castle tonight. If you enjoyed the vibe, we ask you, subscribe. But if you really want to be part of the family, become a member. That's where the tea spill first. Quiet, clean, and always back. Till next time. Walk good, stay wise. And mind how you move in these YouTube streets.